150. If I had to guess, I'm going to say they're actually going to start off slower out of the gate. I'm going to say they're going to start around 85 to $90 Canadian.
I mean, if they're at that price, how many are you buying?
How many am I buying? I believe his card one day will be like $400. I really do. Like I believe in the Alexi Lafreniere hype. I believe he's the best draft pick since Connor McDavid. It depends how the financial situation's looking, but
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like everybody, and I'm sure you guys get it too, just like DMs and stuff like, hey,
all the
what,
time.
is this player better than this player and stuff like that. And you guys have obviously done videos where you take player A versus player B and kind of like
Yeah.
who would I buy kind of thing. So I, I mean, I think the sky's the limit for him, but the the
Results,
global
right?
economic, who knows what this sickness is going to do to the world economically.
Yeah.
So
You're right there. Anyways, guys, we're here live at the Red Cape Sports Studio. So keep it locked in on here. Les Alex from YouTube is joining us, or pardon me, he is live with us. So
yeah, we're here.
there's that beautiful man right there with the St. Louis Cardinals cap. So there he is. So yeah, guys, basically, if you're just joining us now, what we were saying was the New York Rangers secured the #1 overall draft pick. That's absolutely
fantastic. Basically, we're just saying, for the price of Alexi Lafreniere cards, what will they be, right? Like in the ballpark. And right now we're both thinking different things, but primarily we're also thinking in the similar ballpark. So yeah, let us know down below in the comment section, guys. What do you think Alexi Lafreniere's young gun rookie raw ungraded card will sell for? Basically, from the moment that it gets picked. That's kind of the beginning topic, and then of course throughout the night, depending on how much time we have and everything like that, we're definitely going to dive into some more heated topic, because I know for a fact, Les, Alex, and I have to unleash some. I'll spit some facts, if you want to call it, about a certain basketball players, if you want to call it. So,
Yeah.
I know Alex is very excited to go into that.
Mitch might need to unmute himself and jump in on this conversation at some point.
I'm sure Mitch will be unmuting himself.
What's up, Gaming God? I just pulled the stream up so I can read the comments. So
same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's up?
I just pulled that up too. And so Anthony's saying it'll go for 150 Canadian, which, you know what, it might not. That wouldn't surprise me.
What is that alone, American?
That's around what, 175?
Oh wow.
175.
Yeah, I mean,
American?
Like I said, I think it's possible.
Or pardon
but
me, no. That'd be like
125-ish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, about 125. I do the conversion rate the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea, so I don't blame you. But
regardless, it's over $100, right? So
I think that's like probably close, especially if the sports card market continues the velocity that has been building into next season, which, I mean, that could very well be, but I would just be a little pump on the brakes in terms of hype level, just because I'm a little uneasy about with spiking numbers and everything. So I don't know. I don't want to harsh anybody's mellow, but
no, man. And I mean,
I'm just trying to be realistic.
I'm trying to be realistic here too. And I mean, I know a couple of the last streams that we had, I was one to constantly mention, like, I'm not saying that the sports card market right now is a bubble, but it almost makes you wonder, how long can we see such crazy, ridiculous prices, right? And it's funny because we always come back to Luis Robert, because Luis Robert currently is playing to the point where I'm okay with his prices being that high. But what I wasn't okay with was the ridiculous prices before he ever even played in the minors. And that's why I did want to bring this up, not just because I'm a Rangers fan and not just because it came out, but it almost, in a weird sense, right? It's like Mike Trout, right? We all knew from the start he would be a stud, but it's like, how much was too much to pay for Mike Trout? just coming into the major leagues. And that's what I'm trying to identify here, right? You might have an opportunity to invest in the next Sidney Crosby, the next Connor McDavid. I'm not saying he will for sure will be that next player, but it's almost, is that a good price to invest in? Because right now, if you were to tell me a guy like Connor McDavid, you know, that you can buy his cards for $100 right out of the gate, you know, if I have the money, I'm going to say, take my money. And that's basically just the conversation that I wanted to create there. But we'll see what happens.
I definitely think it all depends. Obviously, there's a couple factors, but I would. It's such a risk too, because like one huge injury and man, like at $150, like how many would you even want to buy really? Like I would like just with me and my budget, I would probably, if I were willing to pay that price, I would probably only be willing to play it one time.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you, right? And I mean, that's why I think the hobby box prices from the get-go are going to be ridiculous prices. So switching sports here, I went into my local card shop the other day, and Topps Chrome, a huge product, people love it.
Can't find it around me, at least.
We had it at least, right? So, but it was just major hobby boxes, and this guy, you know, I think he spent $330 Canadian on it, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of money for a hobby box, because okay,
that is a lot.
Like you almost have to look at it from who's available. Well, you got Luis Robert, and not much else, right? You got Bo, and you got Jordan.
I mean,
right? So realistically, you have those three guys. But anyway, long story short, I think he pulled like $75 worth of products because he pulled Louis Robert, but that was it. And that's, you run the risk, but it was a bad box, man. Terrible box.
I mean, that's the thing. If you enjoy crack and wax and opening packs, or if you have a YouTube channel and you want to generate some kind of content, or if you're a breaker or whatever, if you enjoy it, do it for the enjoyment. Don't crack wax with the expectation that you're going to make your money back, especially right now with these prices. Unless, and it's funny, Ryan said, does Topps Chrome even exist retail wise? I'm not sold. I'm not sold that it does, because I've been searching almost every other day and I cannot find it. But
good point.
Yeah, I would just, if you get a good hit, that's awesome. You know, you hit a Robert or a parallel or I know somebody the first night pulled a gold refractor auto Robert. Wow. It's like, oh man, well, I guess we can stop opening packs now.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's weird because here in Canada, I feel like we get everything hockey. That's without said. But we get nothing football and basketball. Baseball, surprisingly, you know, with it being America's pastime, we actually get a lot of baseball products, specifically our one shop. And I mean, Frank gets stuff when he gets it, but the pandemic's been really tough too. And it's like, it's almost like you need to get it third party or off Amazon type of stuff, or Walmart, and then you're waiting, you know, as long. If you get it from Walmart, you're basically waiting as long as a PSA submission coming back. So, also, guys, I wanted to mention this right here. I haven't even opened it yet. Oops. I got a mail day.
Mail day.
Mitch
impromptu mail day break. Let's go.
Yeah, Mitch and I actually went into this together. And I want to get your thoughts too. I'm sure you've heard of this guy.
This is exciting.
But most fans probably haven't heard of him. Which is weird because I'm a fan of hits, right? Like when you get hits, that to me says, okay, you got hits, you're investable. So
yeah, what sport is this?
This is baseball, MLB.
Oh, okay.
So we invested. Wow, this guy used a lot of painter tape.
Jeez, say that. I mean, I appreciate not using Scotch tape, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of tape here, guys. But regardless,
I feel like they trolled you a little bit.
I love how we cut out these little holes too. You know? So anyway, I wanted to get your thought on this because I know you're a big baseball guy. Let's see if you can pick that up.
I'm excited.
Here.
This is awesome.
Probably not, but it is David Fletcher. So.
Oh, okay. So internet sensation David Fletcher,
Why do you say internet sensation?
AKA the best player on the planet. If you check Twitter.
Oh, jeez.
He's like gaining popularity. It's funny because they said that the internet kind of memed him to become the best player ever. Because they've been saying it. The Twitter's been saying it for years that he's like jokingly the best player on the Angels. Like obviously that's not true, but I think didn't he have like a huge walk off or he had a huge moment recently.
Yeah.
And like I saw that David Fletcher was trending on Twitter. I'm like, what? So I watched it, and now I can't. I've watched so much sports stuff that it's hard to keep track of what happens when. But
For sure.
yeah, it's like the internet memed this into existence.
Right.
So
Les Alex.
I have to see how old he is and stuff.
I think he's 27. Mitch, can you bring that up?
That sounds about right.
Mitch is gonna bring up David Fletcher.
Yeah, I'm gonna
see how old he is. And while he does that, I'm gonna let you pick. Basically, we win halvesies on these. We got them. Yeah, he's 26 years old.
Yeah.
But, so we win halvesies on these, and I'm gonna let you decide which one do I keep and which one does he keep. So I got my right hand and my left hand. I haven't even looked at these, but
are they different amounts or different cards or what?
No, they should be split. I think 12 in each. I think these are 24.
Okay.
12 in each or 6 in each. I can't remember, but so
you get right. Mitch gets left.
All right, Mitch gets left. So Mitch, those are your cards. You can pick them up. So yeah, that was just another thing. We thought he was a pretty good pick, for a utility guy playing with the GOAT Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Playing with Anthony Rendon.
If that team could just find some pitching, man.
Oh my goodness. They need pitching. Like when your ace is Griffin Canning, if you even want to call him your ace, then they got Bundy, and I think they got Heaney. Heaney got lit up the other day in my fantasy team.
Hey, but Bundy's Bundy's legit though. Bundy's actually good.
I think Bundy's legit, but is he legit enough where if you're a fan of the Angels, right, and if you're at a bar, you're not going to say, "Oh, well, our ace is Dylan Bundy." You know what I mean? Like he's legit, but he's more of a 2-3 guy. If you get my drift.
I don't know, man. I think his ERA. He's very close to the tops in WAR so far this season.
Yes.
His ERA is only 2.08. Like I think he could be like just a late bloomer.
Let's hope so.
Because he was a first round pick. So
right.
I mean,
I don't know. To me, it's like I would love nothing more than to watch the Angels play some playoff baseball.
Yeah. No, my God, to see Mike Trout to like.
We're missing that as baseball fans, right? And like this season's already been a joke.
They're 5-11. They're 5-11.
So I just want to get to some questions here.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything over $200 for a box is risky. Anthony,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Like we said, right, this is a gamble, for a lack of better term. It's a gamble anytime you open up boxes, but you have to understand that you're going into it with the intention of spending $200 and losing $200. And if you can be okay with that, then, buy it. I mean, at the end of the day, it helps out your local card shop and everything like that. But you have to understand that just because a box is $200 doesn't even mean you're going to get $100 worth of product.
Yeah.
It's just the unfortunate reality. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Let's put it this way. The boxes are guaranteed going to be $200 plus. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
So you're literally better off just going out, even if his card's $150 to get it, because you can buy a box and you can buy 3 boxes and you're not guaranteed to pull his card. So it might happen, you might have lady luck on your side, but at the end of the day, as an investor, I'm just buying his card straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
No, I agree.
So,
and if you really, I think like the best time to buy new, so like Luis Robert Chrome, if that's like the card you want to get, I would wait. The set came out last Friday, right? Officially. Yeah. Now I know you could find it in big box stores a little bit before that because they typically break release date. But Friday it came out. I would wait 4 weeks. I would wait a month. Before you go after that, because you'll see the prices, and it's almost across the board for any new product, any new singles. They'll dip at least 20%, and then you can kind of scoop them up. So if you're assuming that they're 80, they'll go down, pick them up at 60.
Yeah. So again, guys, Les Alex here, YouTube, definitely check him out.
Yeah.
At Les Alex, or I'm sure he can tell you more about his handle.
Yeah.
He's also, you can even check out his website right now, fullcountmedia.com, I believe is his website. He's just a great guy, driving every single day. He's got kids, he's got a wife, and he's making it all work and still producing content, I believe 7 days a week.
Making content, yes, 7 days a week, but I've actually not.
Crazy.
I've no longer doing the Sunday videos, but yes, still.
So there you guys go, up on the screen.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. Check out the new merch.
Look at that new merch. Hey, look at the new merch. Mitch, check that new merch out.
Yes.
Let's buy something.
Luka greater than Zion. Luka greater than Zion. And that's actually a really good transition. That's a good transition into something that, man. So I have Alex on my personal Facebook. Just a great guy. Like, honestly, what a great guy, because he messaged me the other day and I shared something. So Luka Doncic literally just passed Magic Johnson, okay, as the youngest player in NBA history to have the most triple doubles. I believe that was the stat. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Alex. But regardless, what a beast.
I don't know who he passed, but I know he passed him.
Yeah, so that's what it was, and he passed Magic.
Yeah.
And I mean, mind you, who puts up a 35.20 assist, 18 rebound triple double? Luka Doncic does.
Luka,
like Luka is just a freak. And then so he sent me this picture on his merch site, and I'm definitely probably gonna cop one of these.
There you go. Yeah, everybody go check it out.
And it says Luka greater than Zion, and we could not agree more here at Red Cape Sports. I will speak on behalf of Mitch. Even Mitch agrees. You hear that? Mitch agrees.
Wow.
Mitch agrees. And so I guess if we're throwing some shade, right, we'll just grab some shade and throw it right to him. We're throwing that to Frank, because Frank was just telling me, Zion's going to dunk on Luka, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, like, you can't just speak about the hype. Like, I'm not talking about the hype. I'm not talking about the potential. I'm talking about right now. No, I love Frank. I'm not even sure if he's watching now, but the reality is when he argues about Luka and Zion, he talks about the future. And I'm not looking into the future. I'm looking into right now.
And
Luka's like top 5 player.
And even if you look into the future, like, Luka, okay. No, I was just going to say, like, Luka doesn't look like he's very athletic. He doesn't look like, he'd be able to do anything really. And then you look at Zion, and that dude is a genetic freak of nature. We've not seen anybody like that since basically LeBron maybe, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying that, by God, I'm not saying that Zion is going to be LeBron, by no means. But in terms of like just their appearance. But I think like everybody arguing, hey, Zion's going to be a beast in 3 to 5 years. Like, what do you think? You think Luka's just going to fall off the earth and not be forget how to shoot?
Exactly. In 3 years, Luka's going to be 24 years young.
You don't need to be a freak of nature to pull up and just drop them on him,
Yeah. No, like I couldn't agree more. Luka's a stud, and Luka very well, I'm not saying he's going to, but he very well could win a championship even this season if they continue playing at the pace they have been. I mean, they proved that they can beat Milwaukee even, which is quite ridiculous. I believe he took the Lakers twice to overtime as well. I don't think they won those, but I mean, you're competing, right? You're competing. Yeah. To me, it looks like Luka's doing this so effortlessly. I don't think we've even seen Luka's top-notch level, and I don't think we will see that into playoffs.
I don't even think we've seen his best, right? He's so young, and he's already playing so well. That's the thing too, is like the Mavericks and oh my God, I'm blanking on their owner's name, but
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, Mark Cuban. He is obviously one of the best owners in sports because he loves the sport of basketball. You know, that's one thing. I think you were on my show for a couple like maybe a month ago, and we were talking about, is baseball going to happen? Like, we don't even think the owners actually even like baseball. Like, Mark Cuban loves the sport of basketball. He is going to try and build around Luka.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously that's happening. Oh, I just got a message. Basically sold some more eBay products, so that's good. That's what that was. And speaking of which, on sell, Ryan F is asking, sell on Tatis, and I believe he's saying if you have Fernando Tatis Jr.
No, negative.
You sell him?
No, I'm not. There's no way.
Mitch is screaming no as well.
Yeah, I
nope.
No way.
There's no way.
I believe he's top 5 right now in hits. Second in stolen bases, only behind teammate and former St. Louis Cardinal Tommy Pham, Wham Bam Pham, as they called him.
The Phamerai.
Exactly. So, but no, if I have Fernando Tatis Jr., obviously he hasn't seen our episode, Don't Sell These Sports Cards, because Fernando Tatis Jr. was on that list. Don't sell him yet, man.
So according to Baseball Reference, his WAR this season is 1.4. He's got 8 homers, hitting .333, 18 ribbies. His on-base percentage is above 400, and his OPS is 1.2. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Like, that's Trout numbers. That's better than Trout numbers almost.
40 bids.
$73. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, look at the screen here. For this card, $73. I could change this in right now. I could buy a Louis Vuitton purse. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't buy one of those, but $73 for this now, and there's still a couple bids.
You could buy 1/3 of a pair of Yeezys.
I don't get the chance to do this often, so I'm going to take the chance to do it, and I'm going to brag here a little bit.
There you go.
Because I did a video December 27th of 2020, or no, of 2019, pardon me. Yeah, that's how dumb I am. But anyway, I did a video December 27th saying that you could buy this card. I think at the time it was like $15.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are $70 now?
Yeah, we just brought it up on screen. Canadian, right? You got to remember, Canadian.
Oh, okay.
So that's around 50 US probably.
Still, that's nuts.
Which is good money. So Canadian, yeah. I believe it was 14 and now it's like 80. So I don't get to do that very often. You know, typically speaking, I'll find a $10 card and make it to 20, but that to me is a pretty good jump in price. So if you guys haven't seen that video, it's our very first YouTube video ever. And we've done very well on it. Mitch was even talking about the NBA Hoop Zions, because of course, Mitch doesn't even have like a poster of Zion. Mitch has it on his ceiling, so when he's sleeping in bed, he's just like, Zion's in the stars, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Zion the prom.
No, Zion probably missed his prom, so maybe you could bring him to prom. So that's what.
Yeah, I did a series on my YouTube channel where basically I went division by division for baseball and gave my 2 best picks of cards that I would potentially buy from every single team. And on the Padres, it was Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. At the time, you could buy Fernando Tatis Jr. PSA 10 Gem Mints for $70, which I did. And now the most recent sale, I believe, was for $185 for a Gem Mint 10. And if you look on eBay now, though, they're listed for, I think, upwards of 200 American. So
he's a stud. He's absolutely great find, great pick. If you guys haven't, like, I'm serious. I would not have Les Alex on the stream if he didn't know what he was talking about. Les Alex does the research, and he'll always send me stuff too, right? So, you know, definitely be on his good side, because sometimes he'll send you stuff and I'll be like, dude, have you seen the prices of this?
Oh, dude.
And most recently, it was hilarious because I was telling Mitch, like, literally as he was messaging me, I'm like, dude, like, look at Trevor Story. You can find Trevor Story cards quick.
I was just
and
about
as I
to
said
say
that, Les Alex messages me and he's like, man, like, have you seen that? And I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna make an episode on him because like we're literally about to film it, but like, don't get mad. Like, I'm not copying you.
Yeah.
I literally like, because we identified him, and I mean, there's another guy who's starting to hit the crap out of the ball.
Oh my God, he's so disrespected in my opinion. He's first off, he's the best defensive shortstop in the game, like period. And he can smack the hell out of the ball. I don't want to hear any about that Coors effect nonsense.
Crap. Yeah, no. I hear you, man.
But it's so funny that you bring that Trevor story up, because I had a guy comment on my video, because I did one, like it came out maybe a couple days after you guys did it, and you're like, hey, did you get that story pic from Red Cape? It's like, well, no, we talked, and I actually brought it up to him, and they already had recorded their video, so I was like, well, I'm still gonna do mine, like.
Yeah, exactly. So
no, it's just funny because I don't know.
You know what they say, great minds think alike.
Yeah, there you go. I guess that means, like, if you see multiple YouTubers talking about the same card, maybe just go pick it up.
Go pick it up. So yeah, guys, that's it. Yeah, so we're gonna be back. We got a quick 2-minute intermission. Don't go away and make some popcorn or anything like that, because you're not gonna want to miss this. So we're gonna take a quick 2-minute intermission.
Sports cards are on fire. People around the world are buying, selling, flipping, investing, and researching sports cards like never before. In a decentralized world, this may be the biggest opportunity ever to get back into the hobby. While new parallel and numbered cards are being printed, modern sports cards are largely impacting the market. But wait, there's more. With every pack ripped, collectors now have the chance to pull cards over $50,000. Needless to say, there's an investing opportunity. Welcome to the Sports Card Investing and Collecting course. Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I will be one of your instructors for this course. This course has been divided into 7 sections. In the first section, we'll teach you how to get started with sports cards. It's going to be important for you to identify which cards to buy when getting back into the hobby. From there, we will teach you how to buy sports cards online, and also how to buy them at your favorite local card shop. You will learn proper terminology such as RPA, parallel, numbered, and much more.
Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I'm the host of Red Cape Sports. There, I have grown a successful community of sports card lovers and have reached more than 150,000 viewers. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Mitch and I have successfully turned $20 into hundreds of dollars, and hundreds of dollars into thousands of dollars. Mitch and I will be teaching you everything you need to know about the hobby and sports cards itself. And in the grading section of this course, Mitch is going to teach you how to identify which sports cards to grade, while I'll be teaching you how to send the cards in for grading. While this does sound a bit overwhelming, it really is tailored for anyone wanting to get into the hobby or even seasoned veterans. This course comes with a custom workbook for you to follow along while you're watching the course. This course is also going to give you access to a list of our top 10 sports card investments. That list will be updated every year, so when Mitch and I make profits, so do you.
Don't forget, this course comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can give the course a try risk-free today. If you're ready to make money while watching your favorite athletes on TV, then you may want to give this course a try. Enroll today, and we'll see you on the inside.
Alrighty, so that was just a little promo of something that we've been working on for quite some time. A lot of hours, a lot of research, a lot of filming, a lot went into that. As you guys can see, you can even try it risk-free for 30 days. Yeah, 3.5 hours worth of content there. That's stuff that's not available on our regular YouTube channel. Not saying anyone has to buy it or just anything like that. That was just something that we'd like to put out. Mitch, for those of you who don't know, Mitch basically does videos on Udemy, and that's kind of how he makes his regular living. $10 if you don't know anything. Yeah, so that's what Mitch was saying. $10. We're not saying you have to buy it. If you think it's stupid, just leave it there. So that's really what it is. We just wanted to put that out there, right? Give you the option, and that's it. But moving on, because I do want to move on into some important topic here in Canada, because our audience is basically split, right? We got Trudeau and we got Trump. It really doesn't matter where you go, you can't go right. But the Toronto Maple Leafs are arguably the most famous hockey team. And I wanted to talk.
Is it arguable? I think that's just like a fact, right?
Okay, we'll call it factual. we will call it factual, okay? The Toronto Maple Leafs, most famous hockey team in the world. And I wanted to talk about where do you go as a Leaf fan? Where do you go as a player? And where do you go as management? So I guess those three categories.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, pardon me, you have Matthews, you got JT, who
Beast.
arguably could be even better than Matthews in some areas of his game. You got Nylander, you got Mitch Marner, as they call him, no longer Mitch Marner. He evolved to Marnie.
He's evolving.
and you got Freddie Anderson. So to me, it's like on paper, you got the teams, but I think it wasn't the last playoff win that they've ever had was 2004. So it's like, where do you go from here, Les Alex? Where do you go?
I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard because especially a team that is so revered as them, right? And has such a huge base, and flip side of that has a bunch of haters, to be honest.
Yep.
It's a good question. I think they just have to, the front office needs to get back on the grindstone. You know, they've brought over some guys. Obviously, Matthews is a huge deal out there, and I think that he will evolve into an even better player.
Yeah. To me, it's, you have the goal scoring, but when Jake Muzzin got injured, we really, really saw the collapse in the defense. At least to me, it was quite noticeable. And then changing the lines. Like I understood you're desperate, right? But changing the lines, so putting your top players on the top line. And I mean, in a video game, that might be the smart thing to do because you can just keep rolling out the top line. But in the NHL, Marner, at one point, it was Marner, JT, and Matthews on the top line. And you could tell they looked a bit confused because throughout their entire career, they haven't played with each other. And it's like, okay, these are your three best players, should mean more goals. But realistically, like, chemistry in the real world is a real thing. And I think that's why Columbus does play so well together. So that to me was a whole nother thing, but they need defense. They really need defense. I don't think they necessarily struggle to put the puck in the back of the net, but defensively, my goodness. And I've said this time after time after time, and I will continue to say it. I wish the camera could just zoom right in. Freddie Anderson will never win a Stanley Cup. I don't care what team you put him on. Freddie Anderson will never win a Stanley Cup. You can come at me. You can at me. That is my spicy hot take. Freddie Anderson will never win a Stanley Cup. There. I just
said that straight into the camera.
Universe. I had to put that into the universe because I've said this from day one and I'm sticking to it. I think in order to win a Stanley Cup, you can't let in softies. And he lets in softies, man, let me tell you. You have to be the backbone of that team. And that's why my pick to win this year's Stanley Cup, Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, trust me, coming from a Blues fans perspective, we've had such great teams so many years, and our biggest downfall year after year after year was goaltending. So you have to have good defense and goaltending, and I mean, it sucks too because like they traded for JT, as you call him, John Tavares.
Yep.
And you thought maybe that would be like the pushing, the tipping point, rather.
It's a lot of money spent on him.
Could you imagine if they don't get it, if they don't win a cup with him in there?
But right now, like, that's what I'm saying. They haven't won a cup yet, and that's why I bring up this conversation, because you have $40 million locked into 4 players. And these 4 players, if you take away the last 3 minutes, 56 seconds from the time Nylander scored that first one in game 4, the epic comeback, I believe they combined for 7 points. Good on you. You scored 3 goals in 4 minutes. But if you take that away, they didn't do much at all in that 5-game series. And when you're paying $40 million plus for 4 players with a salary cap, what do you do? And I know a lot of people are mentioning, trade Willie Nylander. trade Mitch Marner, I should say. And it's like, okay, but what team's going to want to take that cap hit? And on the flip side of that argument, even if there were no cap, right? If there was no cap, and if it were like baseball, then the New York Rangers and Toronto Maple Leafs would be the best teams because they would just go out and buy everyone. Because who doesn't want to play for them stud of a market either?
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. It's like where do you go? Because they're not that bad of a team on paper. They have the pieces, but why can't they win? And that seems to be the $1 million question. Why can't they win?
Is it a leadership issue? Do you think? Like, is it like in terms of like players? Like, do they just not have the playoff experience or what?
The playoff experience should be there. I mean, I remember a few years ago, back when I was living in Montreal, the young guys kind of came in, right? I remember that with Babcock's at the Reign. They came in against Washington, and Ovi kind of showed them, exactly what it takes to win a cup. Literally, I believe that was the year they won too. So playoff experience, I don't know. Freddie maybe doesn't quite have the playoff experience, but their defense. Someone just mentioned too. Hall got exposed, and so Mike's card cave. He got exposed on the top four, and Nylander is not an NHL center, and I believe that sums up everything so beautifully. Hall 100% got exposed, and if you look conversely, John Tortorella, the reason why year after year, in my opinion, he should be a finalist for Coach of the Year is because he grabs talent from the bottom of the pit and just rises them up to such a high level. And I believe it was Seth Jones, number 3, on the Blue Jackets. I believe the one game he played like 39 minutes, close to 40 minutes as a defender. And he just kept shadowing Austin Matthews. And sometimes that's all it takes. You need to have that top defender. But the fact that the Toronto Maple Leafs don't even know who their best defender is, a lot of people say Muzzin, a lot of people say Riley, a lot of people say, oh, we really don't have one. And that could be an issue with it too. I don't know. But it's like, my next question now, without rambling on too long here, Les, is where do Austin Matthews prices go from here? Because you were mentioning, right, that you need them to go higher yourself because you own one. So where do they go?
I mean, obviously, I think now that they're out of the playoff picture and everything, the prices are going to cool off. Probably take a hit, but I don't think they'll dip below what they were before the playoffs, especially if the market continues to be as hot as it is, right? But yeah, I saw them starting to get up to the 450s completed, close to that area. But yeah, I mean, I suspect over time, especially if they can win a cup, that card's going to be $600-$700 American.
American for sure. I was going to say around $800 Canadian. And that goes without saying. I mean, even after he scored that overtime game winner, we saw it was a rise, right? It wasn't a crazy rise. It wasn't Dominic Kubalik rise. It wasn't Svechnikov rise, but it was rise. But it's I'm not gonna lie. Last night, once they got eliminated, I put on for sale on eBay William Nylander cards because there came a time where I purchased the card pretty cheap. I think I got it $15 raw ungraded, and some of them are selling for about $30. And I go, can his cards even get back to like $40? Because like, I don't think he's ever had an 80-point season. I don't think he's ever even had a 70-point season, William Nylander. I don't believe in him anymore. And I just wanted to put that out there. William Nylander, I've given up. Honestly, he doesn't impress me much. I mean, okay, sure. Stand in front of the net. Matthews will shoot one. The goalie
bang
can't
it
control
in, get them ugly goals.
Bang it in. But can I count on you to do that 40 times in a season or even 30 times in a season to get ugly goals? No, I mean, I think there's a bit of skill that needs to come with it. And I'll just come out and say it. He is not Michael Nylander. He is not his father. And I'm going to get a lot of hate on this stream. A lot. But I'm just going to come out and call it and say it. And shout out to my good buddy, Garrett Fedor. This guy loves analytics. Loves them. He crunches the numbers. And he had a really good tweet this morning that the top 4 centers, so the top 4 centers on the Leafs combined for 57% of the shots.
Wow.
From centers. And he was saying how predictable of an offense, right? How predictable. So as a defense, what you want to do in that point is just, okay, clog the lane. And obviously they did that twice. And Korpisalo got rewarded with 2 shutouts in that 5-game series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What did the Leafs do from here? Who knows?
I mean, yeah, Nylander's prices are definitely starting to come down. But I don't know. Matthews prices, as I suspected, are coming down as well. The most expensive one was sold for $475, and then the most recent one was sold for $400. So obviously that's a very small sample size, but I mean that's just, these cards will go down just because they're not going to be in the public eye anymore for the foreseeable future. So it'll be interesting. I just, they're in a rough spot. They're kind of in a spot similar to the Blues, where they seem to have the talent. It just not everything's clicking. I think you might have hit the nail on the head, where maybe it is just the goaltending and the defense. Like,
that's all I can think of. And I think about how lucky they are in the sense that Boston's gonna, I mean, we all know they can't beat Boston. We all know that. Philly will literally break them physically, the Broad Street bullies. Then you got Tampa. Tampa will just out talent them / out what do we call that? Out breakout them. I want to say out breakout. Their breakout specifically, I don't think Toronto's defense has a good enough counterattack for that. That's getting really, really technical into it though. And can they beat, we talk about those top teams in the Eastern Conference, and it's like, can Toronto beat those teams? I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, clearly they can't beat Columbus.
They couldn't beat the Jackets,
But so can they beat Pittsburgh? I'm gonna argue that they can beat Pittsburgh, but that'll be dang close. Obviously, Pittsburgh. I don't think the pandemic helped Pittsburgh at all this season. I'll come out flat off the gate and say that. I think Carey Price kind of just out talented them. And Carey Price was Carey Price. But okay, so I'm just looking at the comments here. Someone says, "Who cares basketball?"
They must not watch your channel very much.
So also, if you guys type like that, I'm gonna read the comments like that. So who cares basketball? No. I mean,
what's
if
up,
you guys
Toe?
want to talk basketball, we can talk basketball, right? We can talk basketball. But
we talked basketball. The thing is, though, we already talked basketball.
Yes, we already talked basketball.
Where were you at the beginning?
Yeah. So that is what it is. Also, I believe Mitch just bought something from your store here. So another plug here for Les Alex's store. We'll pull that up on the stream here. I believe you had order confirmation.
Which, I see it now. I got the PayPal invoice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So I'll be rocking that next stream or whenever it comes in, whatever.
Nice.
Probably not next stream. But yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's what we bought, man. So yeah, no, we appreciate you. So everyone else, you can guys, I think it would be really cool if we could get like a group photo of different YouTubers and different YouTube supporters
that'd be
wearing
awesome.
Luka greater than Zion.
Oh my God, that'd be beautiful. I'm not gonna break this. And then Mitch would be in the background.
He won't wear it, yeah.
Yeah, Mitch would be in the background like all mad and stuff.
Dude, I have to bring up the Mitch cam now. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, he's got the Mitch cam rolling. Someone says, "Go Blackhawks." Yeah, go Blackhawks. I mean, you just beat Connor McJesus and Leon Draisaitl. So it's like the Blackhawks, man. You got a legitimate chance here. I don't know who they're playing this round.
I can't sign off on any Chicago sports-based teams. Sorry.
So Les Alex does not approve of that message. Here at Red Cave Sports,
let's go Blues.
I got Alex DeBrincat. I got I just sold my Dominic Kubalik card. Because there comes a point in time where you buy a card for $4, you sell it for $56, you're happy. So I hope he goes up. Okay, so they're playing Vegas. I don't think they'll beat Vegas, but I look for them to make some damage. I think that would be fair to say. Look for them to make some damage. We can see there Jonathan Tays. Did anyone in the comments section imagine Jonathan Tays to have 7 points? I did not. No way. Oh, are you with me, Alex?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to find the bracket.
How did you find?
Oh,
that?
here it is. Here it is. I found it.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The Blues kind of got screwed in these round robin games. We went from first seed to what, fourth?
Look at Boston.
Garbage.
Boston did that. Boston was the best
Garbage.
team in the NHL, and they get screwed over. And that's not for a lack of a better term. That's just the reality. How do you go from the best team to now you're playing, the fourth highest seed from the knockout round? Like that's ridiculous to me.
I know. The same thing happened to the Blues.
Fair. Because at the same time, you don't want to play your best players full minutes as if you're trying to win and risk injury or anything like that. So, I mean, mind you, if you want to be the best, you got to beat everyone. But I still feel it should be like,
if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Right. But I mean, at the end of the day, for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots to get that bye and then to play the worst seeded team, like you just kind of like, I feel like your path should be easier. It's like you got a machete, right? And you're walking through the forest, right? It's one thing to do it in an open lane. It's another thing to do it. And you got to cut down physical trees. Like you can do it, but you're going to get banged up a little bit in the process. So I don't know. That was a terrible analogy, but regardless.
I was rocking with it, man. I was like, all right, I'm just going to let him go off.
So, guys, again, here with the man, Les Alex. And I see right here on my cam, he's rocking with the St. Louis Cardinals hat.
All day, every day.
And we got to bring this up.
Got to have the Cardinals fitted.
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't wear my Cardinals hat on this stream was, we'll get back to that.
You put that on at a good time.
Yeah, I kid you not, too. Before we jump into the Cardinals, ask Mitch. I wasn't wearing it, and the moment I put it on, my phone goes off. New York Rangers received number 1 overall pick. So that was nuts.
That's still nuts, man.
So
I remember in a video a couple of months ago, or not a couple of months ago, but a couple of weeks ago, you were saying, wouldn't it be crazy? And fast forward to, the 10th of August, here we are.
Nothing better could have happened. I mean, the boys got their playoff experience. They still got MVP candidate Artemi. But anyway, I'm drifting off in this. St. Louis Cardinals. Their series again with the Pittsburgh Pirate. It's gone. It's toast. Right now we possess, and I will say that's how I speak when I talk about my teams.
Yes, sir.
We possess a 2-3 record. Not the greatest, but we've only played 5 games. These pitchers, I don't know what they're going to do to their arms, specifically their relievers. I don't even know if they're allowed to continue even tossing the ball or anything like that. Yeah, so postponed. And Ken Rosenthal, who's an incredible journalist, incredibly, what's the word I'm talking for? Factual, let's call it. He's kind of announcing that so far, who's our president? Mozeliak, I believe. So he's kind of announcing
Mozeliak,
yeah. So right now they're talking about, everything with the Tigers, that series already got canceled last week, but after the Pirates, we got the Tigers again. And right now they're talking about postponing that series. And if that's the case, I believe we'll be up to 17 games that we need to make up.
Yeah. And the Detroit doubleheader did get postponed. So officially,
did it?
Yep.
Okay. So that just got postponed too. So to me, cancel the season, at least for St. Louis. Cancel it, because I don't want my team. Yeah, Mitch has got that up now.
Yeah.
29. Okay. I don't want my team in any single way to have to keep playing these doubleheader games, because what happens is if you play, I grew up playing baseball. My entire family grew up playing baseball. And hear me out, guys.
Same.
If you're a pitcher, even a reliever, if you throw on game 1, you're guaranteed not ready for game 2, and you're more than likely, depending on your innings usage, Like if you have 6 doubleheaders, okay, maybe you can pitch on game 1 and then pitch the next day on game 1 or game 2. But if you do that, then you're out for an entire day. So it's like, where are these pitchers coming from? You already brought
The
down
taxi
the roster
squad
size to 28. I get that, but that's not fair for us to have to play the taxi squad. Maybe it is fair because we went out and went to the dang casino.
So, hang on. I heard that report is actually not true.
The taxi squad?
The fact that somebody reported falsely that they went out to a casino. Apparently, according to other sources, and they said that they talked to people that were at that casino, people that worked there, and said that they didn't see any St. Louis Cardinals there.
Yeah, you don't want to know why? Because this is what they did. This is what they did, dude. Okay.
Handed them 100. Like,
they
hey,
got their wallet and they're like,
money.
I wasn't here, man. That's what happened. And I'm telling
I don't know, man.
That's what happened. I hope to God it's not true because they risked safety, first of all. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you know, they didn't safety, whatever, but they risked the season for themselves. They risked it for a lot of other teams that came in contact. And it's selfish. If those reports are true, it is selfish.
I agree. But
mind you, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that when it first came out, like when the first initial players came out and said, "Oh, they went to the casino together," I was just like, "Hang on." So you're telling me Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeYoung, Yadier Molina, and I think there was one more Hispanic player there,
Cabrera.
Genesis Cabrera.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. They were out at the club or the casino together.
Club or casino. I mean, regardless, let's focus on the facts here. The facts are they got a lot of games to make up in a very short period of time. And already, I believe they had 72 days to play 60 games. And if they want to make this up, doubleheaders or not, you better hope you're in Texas and it don't rain in Texas. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. And like, I grew up playing baseball and I remember the dog days of the summer, as we call them. And we realistically played 60 games within 35 days, that type of stuff. And all your friends hate you because Johnny invited you to his birthday party. And how come you can't come to Johnny's birthday party? You hate him, but no, you know, and I won't even get into that. The reality is, that's a lot of baseball. That's a lot of traveling.
It's a lot of baseball.
Your arms, like where are you going to get innings from? And even if you have the taxi squad, they still only want you to have 28 guys.
Well, the problem too is they're not even like, look at the teams who have come down with the sickness.
Down with the sickness. I got you.
They haven't been using them.
Yeah.
They just wait until, like, look at the Marlins. They're the best team in baseball right now, basically. And they haven't used it.
2020 so messed up. I'm sorry.
Right?
The Marlins are the best team in baseball.
The Phillies also had to delay games. They didn't use any of their taxi squad guys. Who knows if the Cardinals will get to play another game in 2020? Like,
probably not, man. I just dropped Yadier Molina on my fantasy team because I can't afford to wait. And it's
I couldn't imagine playing.
It's just a catcher spot
right now,
dude. I keep losing. Like half my team. You know what this feels like? This feels like I'm playing a game of Call of Duty, and half my squad just keeps getting shot, and I'm running around the map trying to revive them. But no matter what I do, I can't even find them, and then I'm getting shot at. Like this is ridiculous. My fantasy baseball team, and people now message me. They're like, "Oh man, I whooped you. This guy beat me like 16-3." But I have Yadier Molina. He's out. Ozzy Albies is on the IL. Austin Meadows just got off the IL, and now he can't even hit a beach ball. Like it's mind-boggling, man. And it's
dude. I
literally messaged everyone, and I was like, I at one point I was leading in this, and I messaged everyone, and I'm like, everyone should get their money back. Because this is no way to win.
Yeah,
no way to lose.
You messaged me that.
Like it was. I'm sorry. It was ridiculous. Like that. I'm not. You know, this season and Rob Manfred. Let's talk about him for a while.
Jabroni of the decade.
He is. Oh my God! Because when I think of this, I think first off, baseball shouldn't be played. Like it shouldn't be played. But when you don't punish people enough. I believe it was Zach Plesac from the Indians. He just got sent home for going out in Chicago with his family, friends, and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, slap on the wrist, go home, go home, go home. You'll still get paid. We'll send you your check. The Astros literally cheat. Whatever. Just read from a paper. Read from a paper. Okay, we're gonna have you read from a paper.
I mean,
Alex Bregman's gonna be in the corner and he's gonna laugh about it, and you'll be fine to go. You take steroids, 60 games, whatever. So should baseball be more harsh?
I mean, I think that I understand why Rob Manfred gave the Astros players the punishment that he did, which is basically nothing, because I'm reading a comment, but like they needed to know who was involved, what was involved, but I think the way they went about it was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Had they had the public known, okay, well, Alex Bregman was the one banging on the drum in Game 5 of the what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had that visual and we knew exactly who to hate for what exact reasons. I don't think it would have been nearly as big of a story, because they'd have been like, yeah, we cheated. So what? All right. And that's what they did. But we as the public don't accept that because we still don't know exactly what went on, who did what. And all we see from the outside looking in was their GM and their manager. And I think the bench coach got fired. Like, that's it.
Yeah, Alex Cora, because Alex Cora was their hitting coach, and then he went off to the Red Sox, and then the Red Sox magically went from worst to first. Hello.
Yeah.
Duh, right? So to me, it's like, I don't know.
I just think they handled it. The optics of everything is terrible, right? Because they could have told us exactly what happened. Like, let's see everything that was transcribed, anything. I want to see headlines. I want to see quotes from people. Alex Bregman said that Jose Altuve was in the tunnel banging on the, you know what I mean? Or Alex Cora was buzzing into Jose Altuve's chest so he could hit that home run off of Aroldis Chapman. Like, I want to know who's who so I know who to hate, because at the end of the day, do you hate Justin Verlander?
Yes. He was, if anyone on that team knew of it and didn't say anything, okay, I get it. Bro code or whatever you want to call it. You don't want to be a whistleblower. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you go to the bathroom and you see this guy sticking a needle in his butt, to juice up, and you don't say anything about it, you're equal. It's the same thing. Let me
guilty
put it
by
this way.
association.
Let me see it this way. If you witness a murder and if you don't murder him, you're still responsible for letting someone know that you witnessed a murder. You are legally responsible for that.
I didn't see anything.
No, and Mitch is saying obviously not, but no. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think you didn't pull the trigger, but yeah, I understand where you're going. And
right?
I get
exactly.
it.
You didn't pull the trigger, but you're still responsible, right? And that's going to eat away at your conscience, right? And this is why I bring that up. It should eat away at your conscience.
Well, so what about Mike? What about Mike Fiers? Mike Fiers is the guy who came out and told the entire world, but he was on the team.
Yeah, and I respect him more. I really respect him more. I really do, because had this continued to go on, and it wouldn't be until the future, as Frank loves to mention the future. Right. We don't find out about this until 2026, right? And I don't know, right? Like when we talk about Justin Verlander having only won one World Series, and it's basically like that kid who goes, hey, I don't have any partners, can I join your group project? And then he gets an A+ and wins a World Series without doing much.
But he's a Kevin Durant.
His team cheated. His team's cheated, and he barely performed well. So, I mean, if that's going to be the guiding light to tell us whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame or not, it's so weird. And it's like, I'd rather know now, because I don't want to go another day rooting for Alex Bregman or Jose Altuve, especially, other than my fantasy team. But I don't want to go another day cheering for them, knowing that they cheated, and they don't care. That's what frustrates me most. They don't care. Those apologies were BS, man.
Yeah, they
didn't
were
care at all.
I mean, and then Correa was like going at Bellinger for saying it was BS, and he's like, "Come on, bro, get over it." Like,
and
we've already
get over it.
We've already seen this season. Ramon Laureano going after whoever the hell that was, the bench coach, maybe.
Exactly.
I don't know who that
was. Who are you? Right?
Who are Sit down, old man. Like, what are you doing?
I wish he Pedro and Don Zimmer to him.
Oh my God, he would have not. Anyway, that's not good. Obviously, that's not good because of the sickness and everything. Like, don't be having brawls. This is exactly what Rob Manfred could have stopped had he at least said who was doing what. I understand that he needed to get his information, and it would have been near impossible to get all correct information, the entire scope of the entire situation, if he didn't grant anonymity. But my God, just letting the public and other players not in on anything is not the play.
I completely agree. Guys, we're going to take another quick 2-minute intermission. I'm going to fill up my water bottle.
Up. Yeah.
Les, Alex, if you got to go, do any stuff, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Keep it locked down here at Red Cape Sports with the man, the myth, the legend, Les Alex.
Sports cards are on fire. People around the world are buying, selling, flipping, investing, and researching sports cards like never before. In a decentralized world, this may be the biggest opportunity ever to get back into the hobby. While new parallel and numbered cards are being printed, modern sports cards are largely impacting the market. But wait, there's more. With every pack ripped, collectors now have the chance to pull cards valued over $50,000. Needless to say, there's an investing opportunity. Welcome to the Sports Card Investing and Collecting course. Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I will be one of your instructors for this course. This course has been divided into 7 sections. In the first section, we'll teach you how to get started with sports cards. It's going to be important for you to identify which cards to buy when getting back into the hobby. From there, we will teach you how to buy sports cards online and also how to buy them at your favorite local card shop. You will learn proper terminology such as RPA, parallel, numbered, and much more.
Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I'm the host of Red Cape Sports. There, I have grown a successful community of sports card lovers and have reached more than 150,000 viewers. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Mitch and I have successfully turned $20 into hundreds of dollars and hundreds of dollars into thousands of dollars. Mitch and I will be teaching you everything you need to know about the hobby and sports cards itself. And in the grading section of this course, Mitch is going to teach you how to identify which sports cards to grade, while I'll be teaching you how to send the cards in for grading. While this does sound a bit overwhelming, it really is tailored for anyone wanting to get into the hobby or even seasoned veterans. This course comes with a custom workbook for you to follow along while you're watching the course. This course is also going to give you access to a list of our top 10 sports card investments. That list will be updated every year, so when Mitch and I make profits, so do you.
Don't forget, this course comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can give the course a try risk-free today. If you're ready to make money while watching your favorite athletes on TV, then you may want to give this course a try. Enroll today, and we'll see you on the inside.
All right, we're back from this short intermission. I got some water. Need to stay hydrated because I'm hyped with all the information that the New York Rangers have received, getting the #1 overall pick. With me live, guys, is the man, the myth, the legend from YouTube, Les Alex. Les Alex, the floor is yours. You have an announcement to make, so the floor is yours.
It's less of an announcement. I just posted a video on my channel, so after we get done here, don't go away from this. But after we get done here, go check it out. Just a little mail day video. Check that out. And Bird, you just wrote an article on my website, my brand new website, fullcountmedia.com, trying to just make it kind of a hub for not only content creators, but if you know somebody personally, anybody watching, maybe you yourself know somebody, or you yourself know a lot about the hobby, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram, or email me, and we can talk about getting you to write an article for Full Count media.com, because I'm trying to just make it a place where a lot of knowledgeable people making content and spreading value. So that's basically it. Just check out the video, obviously. Check out the channel.
Yeah, right on. I believe I had an article there of, basically the top 3 pickups for these NHL playoffs.
Yeah.
I still feel like they're good pickups, even if 2 of them are currently eliminated. That just means that you can buy them even cheaper. And I did just want to address for my 1 pick who's still in there, you guys will see it. It's a PSA 10 pick. There is a slight typo in there in terms of pricing, but regardless, he's still cheap. So pick him up, right?
Yeah.
Pick him up. Yeah. That's my article up on the screen now.
Bam, there it is.
Bam. So there's the top pick, and yeah, don't scroll down. I guess they can read it if they want more, Mitch.
Yeah.
So
go check it out. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Someone said Connor McDavid is the man. Of course, he's the man. We'll see what his prices do there. I want to talk about this too, right? We kind of started off early on the show talking about Fernando Tatis Jr., the son of former St. Louis Cardinal Fernando Tatis.
The true man, myth, and legend. Hitting 2 grand slams in the same inning. Exactly. Let's go, Tatis.
So somebody said, let's talk about the fact that Fernando Tatis Jr. has the same amount of home runs as Aaron Judge.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. And I'm not going to scroll all the way up, but at the start of the stream, somebody said, is now the time to sell his card? No. Right? Maximize your profits to the most that you can. And Fernando Tatis Jr. is definitely a hold. He's
the real deal, man.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
And the Padres are playing good baseball right now. The Padres are playing good baseball. I mean, they're 9-7. They're only 2.5 back. The Rockies, though, are playing out of their mind. Like, I don't think that can continue, just because their pitching is not there. The Rockies do not have the pitching to sustain this.
Senzatella is, I believe, 3-0 with like a 2-point-something ERA. He's throwing well, but everyone.
How many away games has he pitched?
I believe they were all away games.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say, right? Everyone's always going to say, "Oh, well, wait until the heat of Coors Fields gets to them, and all these fly ball routine can of corns end up in the 3rd row," which very well could happen, but it very well could happen for the bats of them too. So, they could continue winning some games, and eventually they're going to have to overcome these Coors Field hiccups, I guess, if you want to call them. And I don't think they had a stud. I think their last stud pitcher was like Ubaldo Jimenez. And he wasn't even that good that year, right? He was coming off, I think he came off a Cy Young year even, or at least Cy Young caliber season.
I forgot all about him. I forgot that guy even existed.
Yeah. What a name drop. And then I think they had Jeff Francis, if I'm not mistaken. There's another name drop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like eventually they'll have to, like, if you're a good enough pitcher, you're going to have to throw at Coors. And they just they don't really spend money on players. You know what I mean?
Well, they just spent a bunch of money on Nolan Arenado, which hopefully they keep losing and he wants to get out of there, and then they trade him to the Cardinals. That'd be great.
The Cardinals. Oh man. I know that we were both talking about that earlier on too, right? Like he very well could even be the best third baseman in baseball. And I think
not close. I think overall he's definitely, because he's excuse me, he's very good defensively. I think Chapman's definitely a better defender than him, but in the NL he's probably
I don't know about that.
Stop.
No, honestly,
Matt Chapman is the best defensive player in the MLB.
I don't know about that, guys. Guys, let me know down in the comments. I don't know about that. Chapman's good.
So here's the thing, though, is because Nolan Arenado is Nolan Arenado, and he's a bigger name than Matt Chapman. People just generally say, "Oh, well, he's got to have a better defense." Because don't get me wrong, Nolan Arenado has won 6 or 7 Gold Gloves, but he's never won a Platinum Glove, and he's never won a Rawlings Defensive Player of the Year award, which
so
is
he's getting
the highest
gypped.
award.
So he's getting gypped, is what you're telling me. No,
I'm saying
Chapman's
Matt
legit.
Chapman is the truth, man.
Chapman's legit. Manny's not bad either.
Manny's
Machado.
good. Yeah,
But
good.
regardless, Nolan Arenado very well likely could be top 2 third baseman in MLB. So
Chuck Nasty out there in Colorado as well, super underappreciated. His prices have just started to go crazy too because he's having a great year.
Right.
But Charlie Blackmon, his PSA 10s, I looked last night. I was like, nobody's really talking about this guy. How much? They're $175. So I was like, oh, yikes.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man. The baseball card market's going wild right now.
Yes, and we keep talking about Cody Bellinger, and to me, Cody Bellinger is still a really good buy. But I know someone early on in the comment section said, "Who are your favorite buys?" So I'm gonna ask you there, Alex. Who are your favorite buys for any sport right now? Baseball, hockey, basketball, MMA, ping pong,
water polo.
I don't know. Disc golf.
Man, I'm looking at pitchers, right? For baseball specifically, since we're talking about baseball, I know that historically, yes, pitchers are not good picks long-term because there's too many variables. We just saw Mike Soroka go down with a terrible, terrible Achilles injury, and I got his PSA 10 right here. But his PSA 10 was up to about $75-$80 right before that injury. But I think we live in an age now where if you get in at the right time on certain players, young players, like players that are Sonny Gray, I think would be, I haven't checked his prices in a while. But Sonny Gray is a guy that is pitching out of his mind. Dylan Bundy, a guy we just talked about earlier in the show. His PSA or his raws, are dirt, like 33 cents, 50 cents, absolutely nothing. And he's having a great season. So for short term, I'd be looking at pitchers, and I know old school hobbyists are going to probably destroy me in the comment section. But I truly believe that the time of the pitcher, because we're looking at prices of other guys in other big, positions, right? You talk about Mookie, you talk about all the big name guys. Manny Machado just doubled in price overnight. Everybody's getting so expensive unless you have that cash flow to be able to spend almost $200 on any all-star player. It's going to be pretty hard for baseball to really find guys. So, or look at PSA 9s. I know a lot of people don't like PSA 9s because
I'll be the first one to say PSA 9s are probably the way to go, even, or more so than 10s, probably.
Yeah. I just picked up on my last mail day. I had 2 PSA 9 Keston Hiura. He's playing pretty good ball this season. Obviously, the Brewers aren't looking too hot, but I mean, who am I to talk? The Cardinals have the worst winning percentage in baseball, but
it's very, very small sample size, by the way.
No, I'd be looking at pitchers for baseball. Basketball, I've really honestly started selling a lot because I said it a couple weeks ago on my channel is I bought it. I was MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. This guy's going to be a stud. This guy's going to ball out. Are you kidding me? They're going to be in a gym, guys. He's going to be nailing 3 shots. And what happened? He balled out. I think he had a 35-point game or some nonsense. I've shipped them all. I've already got rid of them. I've quadrupled my money in some instances.
Okay.
So that's for that. I'm selling. My big pick for soccer was Christian Pulisic, and unfortunately just got injured.
Yeah.
So, but it's still way more expensive than what I bought it for.
Yeah.
And I would say pitchers, honestly, for short-term flips, pitchers of players that are doing good this season, right?
Yeah, even Trevor Bauer.
Bauer outage.
Bauer, you can get him
fan.
pretty cheap. I bought a few Trevor Bauers at the start of the season.
Nice.
His Bowman Chrome first cards. Even his autograph cards you can buy for $50 Canadian. So That's cheap. Bowman first chrome. But I picked him up not because I thought he'd perform well. Like, I honestly thought he would consistently flat level line out around 350 to 4 ERA. But this season's just something else. And I think because he's so motivated, he speaks the truth almost, right? He's not a man for the people. He's a man of the people, right?
He
he
speaks his truth.
Yeah, his truth at least. And his cards were so cheap, and I checked them out literally last night, and I did see a little bit of a rise. But I'm gonna wait until he makes like at least 5 starts. Like if he goes off like 5-0, I think we'll see those card prices rise so soon. I'm going after guys who are cheap like this. David Fletcher, Ahmed Rosario, guys who can get, guys who are batting 312-ish and consistently starting to leap into the top hits. Because I found it interesting. You log into MLB.com/stats and it's automatically kind of got you filtered out between hits. And it's like, boom, right at the top, you'll see David Fletcher. I think now you'll see Charlie Blackmon or whoever it might be.
Yeah.
But, and these guys are so cheap. Austin Meadows is another one, right? Wow. Where'd you get these? Producer Mitch hooking it up with 4 Luis Roberts.
Nice.
Luis Roberts. I'm not
it's,
sure if
it's Lou Bob. The official name is Lou Bob.
I like that better. I'm not sure if you saw our last stream, but we were making fun of the Shark because he said he will not invest in him because his name sounds weird. I
did see that. I understand that. There's some guys.
I don't understand that personally. Because if that were the case, I would never invest in Bol.
I would never invest in Bol either, ever. Because
I haven't, because I know for a fact. I look at a guy who's 7'4" or whatever, and I go, okay, well, why don't more NBA teams get a guy 7 foot? They exist. And the reality is it's a tree. You're so high that you get hit in the legs. You're coming down crashing harder than Zion's career. Boom.
Zion had a really good game last
game. How do we? I think I do it to myself too, but we're always talking about Zion here on Red Cape Sports, and it's got to end. It's gotta
end. It ends today.
Hey, you know what though? I will give it to you. You might get Lafreniere. So.
No, we are getting Lafreniere. We're not going to be stupid and draft Clinton Byfield.
Pick like somebody else.
No, Mitch is saying that the New York Rangers are not going to draft Alexei, but that's just not the case.
There's no way.
There's no way. We need the goal scoring because if you look at it, the defense wasn't that bad, and we were losing games like 2-0, 2-1, and like we need the goal scoring, so they're going to go with him. Someone said Zion played like trash the whole first quarter and still ended up with 28. Come on, guys. And he's not even 60%. D Nation. And this is tough because Mitch is half of Red Cape Sports. I can't buy him out. I don't have enough money to buy him out on the contract. I need a lot of Louis Robert home runs. But here's the thing.
You'll get him, I think.
Zion there's that famous picture of him at Duke, just holding his leg, and he's injured. And Zion, let me say this: don't in any player, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I think Alex will tell you the same. Maybe he won't.
Oh, for sure.
But I just don't get all the hype with Zion. I really don't. I don't get the hype, guys.
I understand it. Like, he's a Duke guy.
Here's the photo. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll never like be happy to see somebody injured, right?
No,
like,
same.
That's messed up.
I'm just laughing because Mitch. No, I'm not laughing that he's injured. I think that's the world's most disgraceful thing that you can do is cheer for an injury. I really do.
But I get the hype. I get the excitement. I don't think it's necessarily even unwarranted. I just don't understand the comparisons that he's getting. First off, why compare him to Luka? That doesn't even make sense.
Why are we comparing him to Luka? Frank, if you're watching this, why are we comparing him to Luka?
Hey, even I don't.
Yeah. Even Mitch is saying no.
And then the other comparison is LeBron.
I don't compare him to Luka.
Oh my God. Someone
LeBron has
compared him to LeBron?
LeBron has literally never been injured for any amount of time other than last season. He was out for what? The last what? He's out for like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah. But
We can compare those two whenever Zion's been in the league 17 years and is leading a team to another championship push. Then we can compare.
Jackson just said he's going to beat Greg Oden 2.0.
I would be more willing to bet that than LeBron.
Okay, but like Les Alex said, what's more likely? He turns into LeBron or he turns into Greg Oden? And I think more likely is he turns into Greg Oden.
He's going to stay similar to what he's doing.
Okay, but he's already not putting anywhere near Luka numbers. That's what's frustrating me.
He doesn't play as long.
Can he handle playing that much? That's the thing.
No.
Over his career, if he can only play 26 minutes.
My thing is to kind of combat what D said. Yeah, he's already got a minute governor on him. And he's how old?
He's 20.
Already.
He can't even drink.
He's already getting a limit put on him. Like,
yeah, and it's not like he's dealing with one injury or two or even three. He's dealing with injury number 4, guys. Number 4. And one thing I've learned from grade 10 history is history tends to repeat itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't want to see Zion hurt. Honestly, I want to see him be the next LeBron. I really do, because I want to watch it. And I want to watch Mitch make a boatload of money because he told me about him. And I own 2 Zion cards. That's it. I own an NBA Hoops and a Prism.
Well,
and
Zion
full out saying that, but
Zion comparing Zion to LeBron is weird too, because Zion will never be the passer, you know,
or the rebounder even. Dude, if you look at him, he gets most of his rebounds on the offensive side of the floor.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But, I mean, still, he's not the playmaker. He's not the floor general.
No.
The ball doesn't go through his hands, right? Like,
yep.
It's just
is he even capable of lugging his 200 and something pound body up court as a point guard? And let me say this. The game, it's not 2001. The game is not built like the powerhouse Lakers pounded inside anymore. And now it's, when I think of superstars, I think of guys who can do the whole, like Luka drives to the basket with ease.
Mm-hmm.
Zion drives to the basket with force and with velocity and command, but does he do it with ease? I don't know. And I still think, I don't know what his numbers are, but what
that sneaker that he was wearing on in Duke, if he does it gingerly and if he does it, you know, with grace. I've never seen a shoe do that. That thing blew up.
You're lucky Mitch isn't wearing the headphones and didn't hear that comment. I'll repeat that so that Mitch can hear it.
Again,
Mitch said ask him what happened when he drove to the hoop. What did his sneakers do? Blew out. So Mitch is laughing there, but to me, his shot is still whack. And I purposely use the word whack.
He's shooting better than Luka from beyond the arc.
Okay, the bubble system's different, but
John in comments says can't survive the toll of the NBA season. Blame it on the shoes.
That's funny, John. That's
again, funny. Guys, I'm
Zion. Did you see Anthony's comment?
Zion seems slow. Yeah. I'm not saying it's funny that he got injured, because that's horrific, and I would never wish even Chris Bryant. I hope he has a healthy career.
Oh my God, Chris Bryant's not even batting his own weight.
But but it's like, come on, I'm just trying to be realistic with his like long-term viability. Right. And I hope he does, like you said, I hope he does become another great big in the league. Just so I like watching greatness, you know. That's one thing. I'm not a Yankees fan, but man, watching what Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton have been doing this season have been awesome to watch as a baseball fan, as a sports fan. Watching, you know, Kawhi do his thing the last several years has been as a LeBron fan, you know, kind of frustrating, but it's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just
it's interesting here too, because I think basketball needs to add on an extra stat. Okay, because I keep saying from when I watch, Zion's not a great shooter, but Mitch just brought it up and he's like, well, his field goal percentage is 60%. Okay, but that also counts slam dunks. It counts putbacks. It counts alley-oops.
If you look historically, big men have the better shooting percentage because they shoot from 2 feet away from the basket.
2 feet in their dunks. And it's like, you're not going to miss much of those. But realistically, like, I don't think, let me put it this way. Okay, let me paint you a picture. It's playoffs. The score is 103-101 for Miami again in the championship against New Orleans. Okay, there's 3.1 seconds left to go. Okay, so you're gonna want the ball in Zion's hands. Can he create enough separation off the dribble, like a step back or make a guy miss and pull up and shoot a J? I'm gonna go with no. I think you would need to run another play, have Zion get open, bounce the ball to him, and he makes a move one-on-one, rushing his shot because there's 3 seconds left. Easier said than done. I'm just saying, I don't think he's got the skill off the dribble. Like, I look at Dame time, right? I look at Dame Lillard, I look at Russ Westbrook, I look at Harden, and they got skills with the ball and quickness.
What's he got?
Is her. That's Damian Lillard, NBA hoops.
Yep. Good pickup. I love that video, by the way. I saw that.
He's a beast, man. No, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to play the Blazers. Like, just, I would not want to play them if I was anybody, because Dame now he has a chip on his shoulder after what was it? PG-13 said in the comment section of that, what was it, an Instagram post by I don't know if it was ESPN or whatever, but basically he's like, I just sent you home, bro. Like, last season I sent you home. The season before, like, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
He said Zion needs to lose 50 pounds. I don't think he can.
Somebody said Zion needs to lose 50 pounds.
Dude, he's not.
No, I don't think. I don't agree with that. If anything, I'd say he needs to play to his strength.
He's lean already, though.
Right. Play to his strength. And all I'm saying here, right, is who was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. The number 1 overall pick that went to Phoenix. Was that DeAndre Ayton? Was it?
I mean, DeAndre Ayton is on Phoenix.
Right. Well, okay, let's go with him, right? I believe he was a pretty high pick. Is he a bad player? No. I just don't think I don't even want to say big guys, because Zion's just a freak of another nature. But I look at guys who take over games, and I don't think it's hard. I think it's extremely difficult to take over a game or when you're down by so much to come back quickly while the clock is literally against you. Yeah. And you have to work in the paint or you have to attack the basket. I think the way to do that is ball movement and hit the guy for the open J. And I don't know if Zion's got a consistent enough jumper to, I don't know. Again, guys, he hasn't even played a single. He hasn't played a single All-Star game. He hasn't even played 25 games yet. He hasn't played in a playoff game. He hasn't played healthy even. I could be so wrong. I really could be. But if you watch my videos in terms of investment, I'm not wrong often. So we'll see.
Look what Chris said. Look what Chris Kennedy just said. Remember when we said we weren't going to entertain Zion chat?
Yeah. So producer Mitch is saying, we've gone all this time. I didn't even notice. The title of this video is, "Are we in a modern junk wax era?"
Oh, that is a question. That's funny. I've been seeing that from a lot of people.
Right.
And obviously a lot of old school folks think that, old school hobbyists think that. I don't know, man. I tend to disagree, just because of the way that things are distributed nowadays, the ways that companies, these, Panini, Topps, Upper Deck, the way that their model works now is way different. We went through the actual junk wax era and we saw the collapse.
Yeah.
And what overproduction tends to do or will do. I mean, that's just basic supply and demand. But I mean, I don't think so, because we have patch cards, because we have autos, because we have numbered cards, serial numbered cards. Yes, production is going up a little bit more every year. You can tell that by the production numbers. I don't think so. I don't know. What do you, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but
Right. It's tough to say. And like, to me, it's like, you know, I'll always come back to economics, because economics is kind of what makes, you know, the world go round and round and
Sure.
continue. And it's supply and demand is the number one thing in economics, where supply and demand meet. And I think
Toa said, "Are we in one?" No, because I still can't find a box or pack to save my life.
I think that's more pandemic than anything. I really do. At least speaking to all the local shop owners here. But are we in? I don't. Okay. I think Panini is going to continue printing off as many cards and things like that they can. But with that being said, they also only have X amount of time to print off these cards. And now when you put the rookie card logo, okay, if Zion's rookie year is 2019, 2020, you can't go ahead and print more Zion cards in 2022. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the reality is, from a few sneaky documentaries that I've seen, back in the 80s, they were still going ahead and reproducing stuff. Like they were producing 81 Fleer in the year.
I remember there was a big conspiracy about the legitimacy of
right.
The
it was still
cards.
A conspiracy, but that was different. And I think, as Frank says, right, the reason why I would rather invest in 20 of these than one of these is because this right now is about $50. This right now is $1. I can find way more people who are willing to buy one of David Fletcher's cards compared to people who are willing to buy one of these. And I think it's the same thing with the Luka PSA 10 Prism, right? His card is very expensive, and the pop report's 15,000. And people keep saying, "Oh, well, that's a really high pop report." True, but I can guarantee you, there's millions of people who want that card. So there's 15,000 of them, but again, supply and demand. So there's still room for it to go up. So are we in a modern? I'm going to answer no. I'm going to answer no.
I would agree no. And another question I would bring up is, how much money is in sports cards now compared to then? Obviously, inflation is a very real thing. So if you look at 1989, how much money just collectively was in the hobby versus now, I would bet, and I don't know obviously, but I would bet now there is substantially more money in the hobby now, and the ratio is probably more money versus cards that have been made and distributed. You know, I don't know if people actually think about that when they say the world is, the market's crashing, the world's falling. We're in another junk wax, but the overall dollar amount that is inside the hobby, and people every single day, you can look on resources. There are different kind of tools you can look at and see how much money was spent on eBay.
Oops, did I lose you? Let's see. Oh, I lost Les Alex, guys. Not sure if Les Alex can hear me.
Can you bring him back?
I lost Les Alex. Alex, buddy, where are you? Let's see.
Let's cut the break.
I lost Les Alex, so we're gonna cut the break. Hopefully in 2 minutes time, I can get him back. Oh, Alex, are you here with me? I lost him. Okay, we're gonna cut the break.
Sports cards are on fire. People around the world are buying, selling, flipping, investing, and researching sports cards like never before. In a decentralized world, this may be the biggest opportunity ever to get back into the hobby. While new parallel and numbered cards are being printed, Modern sports cards are largely impacting the market. But wait, there's more. With every pack ripped, collectors now have the chance to pull cards valued over $50,000. Needless to say, there's an investing opportunity. Welcome to the Sports Card Investing and Collecting course. Hi, my name is Mitchell Bouchard, and I will be one of your instructors for this course. This course has been divided into 7 sections. In the first section, we'll teach you how to get started with sports cards. It's going to be important for you to identify which cards to buy when getting back into the hobby. From there, we will teach you how to buy sports cards online and also how to buy them at your favorite local card shop. You will learn proper terminology such as RPA, parallel, numbered, and much more.
Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I'm the host of Red Cape Sports. There, I have grown a successful community of sports card lovers and have reached more than 150,000 viewers. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Mitch and I have successfully turned $20 into hundreds of dollars and hundreds of dollars into thousands of dollars. Mitch and I...
All right, guys, we're back. We're back. I want to get Mitch's take. What's that? Fix my screen.
There we go. We only want to see Alex on this one.
Is that good? Did we fix it?
Still cutting you.
Still cutting to me. It
Still
should be
you.
Cutting to me. No? Did I fix it? No. Okay, what if I go like this?
There we go.
Bam.
That's better.
That's good?
Yeah. So
We did it.
All right, guys. Guys, we did it.
I am the spotlight, apparently.
All right, Alex is a spotlight, as he should be, right? As he should be. Okay, we fixed it. Okay, I want to get Mitch in on this. Okay, Mitch, you can even come back here.
Okay.
No, he needs to be in on this because
Uh-oh. What are we doing?
we saw a lot of YouTube videos back in the day, and a lot of people just in general. What is up with the Lonzo Ball hype? Love for him. I understand his cards are cheap, but they're cheap for a reason. You should probably use them as toilet paper or as sandpaper or as target practice. Or Lonzo Ball, first off, maybe has a worse shot than Amari Stoudemire, because that was awful. Eat that out of the way. His daddy's a joke. Now, little brother LaMelo is good. D'Angelo had a shot at UCLA and decides to steal. His family is literally millionaires, and he goes to steal knockoff China brand AirPods or whatever it was. And oh my goodness, I can't stand this family. But Lonzo Ball, and I wanted to bring this up because we saw so many people making videos. Lonzo Ball is the best pick. Well, why is Lonzo Ball the best pick? Oh, he's the best because someone has to lob Zion the ball. Guys, that's not a reason to invest in a player. You're saying, oh, he's going to make a career off lobbing the ball to Zion. And I don't think that's the case. I think he's hot trash. I think, oh my goodness. And like Mitch and I were just going off on this guy. So Alex, what do you think of Lonzo Ball?
So I have a couple of Lonzo Ball cards.
No.
Yeah.
So
I bought them for like $5.
Okay.
Because like, what is the downside, right? What, you waste $20? If you buy 4 of them, you waste $20.
Yeah.
Like the floor is so low. The floor is so low. There's no reason. Like, so you got to think about it. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. No, the floor is just so low that if he were, and remember, we were in a period where, all right, LeBron's are $1,000. Okay, now who's next? Okay, now Anthony Davis has gone crazy. Okay, now Kawhi's gone crazy. And it just started a trickle down effect. And like me, Boris, and Matt were talking about on one of our live streams, it was like, at some point, you're just going to get to these crappy players that are affordable that you're like, yeah, sure, because everything's going crazy right now. Why not just like buy a $5 card and cross your fingers? Like,
yeah,
I mean, just to be blunt and to be honest, like that's basically what it was.
Okay, that I can understand, but I was more realistically talking about the high end Zion, or pardon me, the high
like
end
RPA, National Treasures,
PSA 10s, that type of stuff of him. And I mean, I'm reading the comment here. Someone says, did anyone get their shoes? That was a joke too. I remember his shoes were falling apart and things
And
like
they were like
that.
$600 or some nonsense.
Yeah, I know. One of my buddies
I'm a
bought
sneaker
one.
connoisseur, and there's no way those things were ugly. Anyway.
I remember in like his third game, ESPN was reporting. They're like, he's not even wearing his own shoes.
Yeah, he was wearing Kobe's, I think.
Yeah, like he wasn't even wearing his own shoes, and it's like, well, that's how you know there's. And then his dad's buddy or whatever stole money, but that doesn't even tell me. Like, I'm just talking about like his on court performance of, I think he's averaging like 11 or 12 points a game, and it's I don't see, like, if you're investing in him now at $4 or $5 or whatever, like you said, take the chance. The high end cards, like his PSA 10s, like, I think those got to still be over like $40. They gotta be, right? And it's
they have to be.
Why are people buying those though? That's what I don't get. It's like, to me, after 2 years, you can tell if a guy has even got potential, and I don't see it in Lonzo Ball. I really, really don't.
I'm torn because I want to like him because he's like, I like guys with hype, right? I've always said that on my channel from day one. I've always said that hype drives prices in today's, sports card world. So like, and so actually Flipping Steve just commented, in today's market, you don't have to be necessarily good to gain value. You just need hype. Zion, Lonzo. I think Zion's more realistically going to work out than Lonzo. But I agree with that. Like, hype, you can be hype, or you can, like, that's why Kawhi's prices were so rock bottom for so long, is because he's the opposite of hype. He just keeps his nose to the grindstone and just wins championships. He shuts up, goes to work, comes home. But then there's guys like, I mean, I hate to say LeBron James, but because he's like the best, but guys like him, guys like Lonzo, guys like Zion that have so much hype built into them and everyone knows who they are. What's the downside? What's the downside?
D Nation's cracking me up here. He says, I like Lonzo.
But Lonzo doesn't get like 22 points a game.
No, he doesn't. And it's like, I don't know. Is that an investment? I don't know.
Chris said he'd rather buy a WWE Mae Young card than Lonzo.
I can't hold it. I can't.
Chris Kennedy literally said, Mitch, do you read that? He'd rather buy a WWE Mae Young card.
What's up,
Justin? What's up, Justin?
That's funny. That's so funny.
If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, the whole 9 yards, let us know.
Yo, real talk though.
We do this for a little bit longer. So.
Wrestling cards are like pretty interesting.
They're on the rise. They're on the rise. Don't ask me any questions about wrestling because
I don't know too much.
I know John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Ronda Rousey,
Stone Cold Steve
Austin, but I don't know what their cards are going for or anything like that. I know at one point somebody said like Jake the Snake was a good investment and somebody made like some good money.
Really? He was a terrible human being. I don't know why.
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling, man. And I know for a fact my mom's not watching, but I used to go over to Kyle Goodchild's house and we used to watch WWE Friday night and Monday night Raw and that type of stuff. And that's where I learned where the Bouchard 619 came from. And that was great. But other than that, like, I wasn't even allowed to watch wrestling. So I feel like wrestling's a big sport though. Like
it's huge. There's a huge market for
WrestleMania. I mean, Undertaker was a cool guy too, for sure. He was the one with like a crazy WrestleMania record or something, right?
Yeah, it was like 21-0 or something.
Not bad.
No ball.
Somebody mentioned something earlier on in the stream too. I think it was Ryan Tannehill cards or something going for like $22. I don't know if they're still in the stream or not, but
yeah, I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal. Yeah, Hawk and Animal were awesome. Yeah. Tag teams, I don't know about that. What is the true Acuna rookie? DJ, that would be the Bat Down.
250.
Yeah, Bat Down. I think that's update series Bat Down.
Yeah.
It's like $2,000 for a PSA 10.
We went in.
Holiday one.
We went into the store.
Not the holiday one.
No, not the holiday one.
No, not the holiday one.
We went into Frank's shop.
Somebody listed one for like $800. The holiday.
$800.
That's nuts. I could see it selling for that, honestly.
I could see it selling for $800 too, like when you think about it, but I don't want to own that. Like I just don't.
No, I hate those holiday cards.
Same.
It just ruins it. Like, why are there snowflakes on my baseball card? They don't even. If it was a hockey card, it would kind of make sense because it's like played in the winter. But like, what?
Yeah, it's weird, and like, you know what it's like. It's like if I were to have this Louis Robert, but then they slap this stupid opening day on it, and it just decreases the value so much.
No, but the opening day Robert is a short print though. That card's worth like $70.
Is it really a short print? I didn't know it was a short, because I know like Bo Bichette's opening day only goes
garbage.
For like $7.
Yeah,
right?
Trash.
I sold it, and I'm like, dude, I think I paid more and more on shipping than what it sold. Like, whatever. It was hot garbage, and it's like 3 years ago, or probably more. Nah, yeah, definitely more. But I used to invest in that stuff because it was cheap, and I'm like, oh, cool, I pulled a whatever rookie. Little do I know it's worth nothing, but it's what it is.
Justin says, I wish I bought Tatis. Topps flagship jumped from 70 to 220. I mean,
we told you, bro.
Both my channel and Red Cape Sports were
we told you
singing the praises of Tatis.
Yeah, I don't know. 3,000 subscribers isn't much, but I think 3,000 is enough to say, like, when we make multiple videos and talk about, like, we were talking about these guys for so long, and everyone's like, oh, I might not invest in him, and now they're like, oh, like, I wish I would have invested in him.
I went heavy on Bo at the big, like when Series 1 first came out. Right. I went heavy on Bo, and I wish I would have spent more money on Tatis because I bought several Tatis, and then I finally came around and was like, all right, I'm gonna buy a 10. I'm gonna buy a dime piece, and I bought it at like $70, and I wish I would have bought more because the guy is who I thought he was gonna be, but
he's a stud. It was me and you. We were talking about that, but you were actually in the comment section, and we were saying like how we wish that we invested more into one specific player. Like I'm pretty broad. I've spread myself very thin, but across, right? Like smooth peanut butter. I've spread myself very thin.
Oh, slow down.
Mitch is getting weirded out. But anyway, what I'm saying here is, it's cool. It's like, I keep hitting on player, but I'd almost be better off to just, I guess, risk more and put more eggs in one specific basket, and obviously still diversify. But like Austin Meadows, like I put a lot in Austin Meadows. So if he hits,
I did
I'll
too.
do well. I'll do very well.
I don't know. I take kind of like the Warren Buffett approach, where you kind of just got to diversify. But not go too crazy. For baseball, I'm getting pretty nuts. Like I'm spreading myself pretty thin in terms of like how many different players I'm really investing in. It's just because where these prices are going, it's like you can't buy any PSA 10 damn near for under $50.
Nope.
Of like a solid player at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it's really weird too. Like, pardon me, baseball, there's so many, like, a lot of people don't know what the flagship is, straight up.
Yeah, baseball is definitely hard. Topps definitely doesn't make it easy for new collectors and new investors, right?
Right. Like you were even telling me, right? Like, I'm like, hey, like I just picked up this card. I know it's not like the flagship, but I picked up a Cody Bellinger, and you're like, which one? And then when you look into it farther, you realize like he's got multiple, and like even when they're labeled, there's multiple Topps update cards. There's a Topps update fielding, Topps update throwing, Topps update whatever, and it's like
the All-Star game one.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I know the difference, but it's like if you're just getting into this, and if you're just having conversation and you say get the Topps update, you could literally lead someone towards a bad buy. You really could. So I don't know, and I think I posted in the Red Cape Sports Facebook group the same thing with the Rafael Devers, and it's, maybe PSA has got to do a better job with like labeling them. Like, I don't know.
Well, they
There's different
mislabel them
things.
too.
Oh, but they also mislabel things because people submit them, and when they fill out the form, they're not mislabeling them technically, but PSA's got to do a better job at like verifying, right?
Yeah.
And I think that they should have the employees literally look at the actual card and be like, dude, this is not a whatever. Like if I go to submit this Louise card, right? And
Yeah.
like if I'm the grader and if I look at this and then if I notice that they put Louis Robert short print smiling, well, obviously that's not the case. But I mentioned that because I've seen that people have it slabbed and they're like Louise Robert smiling, and I'm like, he looks angry as hell in this photo. Like
He's about to mash a ham sandwich. Come on, now. He's not
Exactly.
smiling. He's about to get that work.
His sound is when he hits the ball.
Yeah, Mitch is saying now too, and maybe you could even bring up the Mitch cam and say that. Well, turn down the Mitch cam.
I know, but
So anyway, Mitch is basically saying how he likes how there's no fans because as baseball fans, we can hear the crack of the ball.
Oh my God.
And he's saying like you could hear the crack of the ball.
Yeah, they murder it.
When he hits it, it sounds like a veteran swing.
yeah, Louis Robert was watching highlights from one of his games, and
that's
the
another
way he hits
thing
the ball
too
is pretty
that is
unbelievable. The only other guy that I've heard kind of sound like that was like, man, probably like, man, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe like Mark McGuire, dude. It's pretty scary. It's pretty ruthless.
Nah, that's a big.
I mean, Joey Gallo hits tanks, so
Joey Gallo also his batting average is like half his weight.
yeah. It's like
it's
under the
bad.
Mendoza line.
Yeah, it's definitely under the Mendoza line.
But something on Luis Robert to talk about is, and generally speaking, when you're literally buying into the person, right? Not just the player. Luis Robert, if you've ever watched, because I try and like check out behind the scenes stuff for certain players' teams. So like with the White Sox, they had like a huge like series on their or on their YouTube channel. It was like them going into detail on like signing him and, you know, just him playing and stuff. And he carries himself like a professional. Like that is somebody I believe, and obviously we never know, right? Because like with guys like Tiger Woods, you never really know what's going on behind the scenes. They could seem like a great person, and then who knows what nonsense they're doing behind the scenes. But Luis Robert, to me, at least appears like he's doing things the right way. He carries himself, like you said, he's carrying himself like a veteran. Like he's not, I guarantee he's not carrying people's bags and, you know, getting hazed. Like there's no way that's happening. He's coming in there.
He's the best player on that team.
You're carrying my bags. Like, so
yeah, for sure.
He's definitely a professional, right? Like,
yeah, good point. You know, I remember a few years back when This Week in Baseball was still a pretty big show. They were showing all the rookies carrying like these Dora the Explorer bags, and Luis Robert, you're right, he's big time so far the leader for MVP or pardon me, for rookie of the year.
Oh, for sure.
Not MVP. But I mean, it's weird because in a weird way you could even make a case for MVP. I want to get your thoughts too. I said this, I said obviously before quarantine, I said that I believe the White Sox could win a World Series by 2023. And I'm still sticking to that. They got the pitching. They went out and got Keuchel. Giolito doesn't need to perform a bit better.
And Keuchel's been pitching too. Keuchel's been pitching this season. He's been playing good.
So what do you think? Like, can that happen?
I think it's possible. I forget. I think it's Mancada is the one that's like kind of not hitting really well right now.
Yeah, same with Eloy.
I think Eloy's playing like decent, but the problem with that whole division is there are 3 solid teams in that division. You got obviously the Twins are just
mashing.
They mash ham sandwiches left and right.
Yeah.
And then you got the Indians, who the pitching staff is insane. You got Bieber, who for the last 3 seasons, if you've been paying attention, he's been lights out. Like, go look at his stats.
Oh my goodness.
His winning percentage isn't so great, but honestly, who cares about that?
He's got real deal swing and miss stuff.
Yeah, he's insane. And then obviously Clev, we were talking about Mike Clevenger. I actually picked Mike Clevenger to win the AL Cy Young this season. He is pitching very well. Unfortunately, Bieber's just on another planet right now. And Plesac just got sent home or whatever for going out and hanging out with his family. He's pitching well. So I think they're going to really have a hard time in that division. Just as a young team, I do believe that they have the ability to get to the playoffs, especially this season, right? Because we have a shortened season and extended playoffs, so they could sneak in. They need to pick it up though, because they're 8-8. I'm looking right now, but they're only a game and a half back, which is that's the point.
Like, I would argue that that's even top to bottom wise. That's the easiest division in baseball, I would argue.
I think a couple years ago you could say that, but not anymore.
I really think top to bottom, because the bottom half is just trash. It's trash.
Well, Detroit's 8-5 right now, so
yeah, that's I mean, dude, I gave them, if they win 12 more games, man, I'm wrong on that prediction. If they even win 12 more, which anything can happen, I guess, when there's no fans, when you don't have season ticket holders harping at you all the time 2 feet away from you of the dugout. I don't know.
This season's super strange so far.
It's so weird. I mean, as a fan, I'm enjoying it though, because I'm a fan, and I know a lot of people hate this, like when you turn on the TV and when the commentators are talking a lot and giving a lot of background stories. I'm a fan of that. Right? Like, I love listening to Dickerson and Price. That's 97 won the ticket for our local Detroit Tigers. And I'll literally mute the TV and listen to them because they paint such beautiful pictures. I'm a fan of that. I know a lot of people aren't. I'm a fan of that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's weird because with no fans, I feel like there needs to be more dialect. And there needs to be more of that. And it's super cool. And like Mitch said, from an investment standpoint, hearing the crack of the bat, if you play baseball, that gives you a huge advantage, like investing in sports cards. It really does. Like, not to go all Clint Eastwood, trouble with the curve, but there's a difference. Like, especially live in person, guys take rips, and like, you can just hear. And I remember, you brought up Chris Bryant earlier. When Chris Bryant did the whole disguise and surprised that college baseball team, everyone knew that he was a pro, and they all said the same thing. The way the bat sounded, like it sounds different. And I mean, here's another stream that's turning into us hyping up Luis Robert. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the other thing about it is
this season's so weird. Like, listen to all the
like once you see a swing, you can compare it then to every other baseball player.
Yeah.
Like immediately, just with your images, his swing has a huge advantage. He's pretty legit. He's got potential.
Yeah. So right there, Mitch was just saying his swing. But Alex, you were going to say something.
No, I'm just saying how weird this season is. Like, if you would have told me, I don't know, at the beginning of the year, the teams that are in first place in August, like if you would have told me all these teams, I'd have been like, you're insane. The Rockies are in first place. The Cubs are in first place, which I had the Cubs finishing third, behind the Reds, the Cardinals, and then the Cubs.
Right. So you actually had the Reds winning that division. Is that correct? Oops, can't hear you now. I lost Alex for a bit. I'm sure he'll come back. I lost him.
Because you're doing stuff on your computer. Let's cut to a promo then.
All right. I lost Alex. We're going to jump to another quick 2-minute intermission here, and we'll get back with.
Sports cards are on fire. People around the world are buying, selling, flipping, investing, and researching sports cards like never before. In a decentralized world, this may be the biggest opportunity ever to get back into the hobby. While new parallel and numbered cards are being printed, modern sports cards are largely impacting the market. But wait, there's more. With every pack ripped, collectors now have the chance to pull cards valued over $50,000. Needless to say, there's an investing opportunity. Welcome to the Sports Card Investing and Collecting course. Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I will be one of your instructors for this course. This course has been divided into 7 sections. In the first section, we'll teach you how to get started with sports cards. It's going to be important for you to identify which cards to buy when getting back into the hobby. From there, we will teach you how to buy sports cards online and also how to buy them at your favorite local card shop. You will learn proper terminology such as RPA, parallel, numbered, and much more.
Hi, my name is Bouchard, and I'm the host of Red Cape Sports. There, I have grown a successful community of sports card lovers and have reached more than 150,000 viewers. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Mitch and I have successfully turned $20 into hundreds of dollars and hundreds of dollars into thousands of dollars. Mitch and I will be teaching you everything you need to know about the hobby and sports cards itself. And in the grading section of this course, Mitch is going to teach you how to identify which sports cards to grade, while I'll be teaching you how to send the cards in for grading. While this does sound a bit overwhelming, it really is tailored for anyone wanting to get into the hobby or even seasoned veterans. This course comes with a custom workbook for you to follow along while you're watching the course. This course is also going to give you access to a list of our top 10 sports card investments. That list will be updated every year, so when Mitch and I make profits, so do you.
Don't forget, this course comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can give the course a try risk-free today. If you're ready to make money while watching your favorite athletes on TV, then you may want to give this course a try. Enroll today, and we'll see you on the inside.
Alright guys, so it looks like we lost the man, the myth, the legend, lost Alex. I'm going to keep tabs on this. Hopefully we get him back. I'll keep my messages open. Not sure if he's watching this. Maybe something happened, right? We'll give him the benefit of a doubt, but something happened.
NBA.com for now?
Yeah, right. And
So we got NBA.com. Just pulling up some stats.
Yeah, we can bring up the Mitch cam. We can bring up a bunch of different stuff. I want to get to some of these questions here too. What do you think about Tannehill rookie card Topps Chrome PSA 9 for $22? Buy those up all day. Buy those, because Tannehill's not bad. I mean, he's put up consistent numbers. They're not the greatest, but for $22, like, I don't even think you can really afford to grade it that cheap. That's a good buy.
Who's that?
Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, that's a good buy. We'll have to see what happens to Marcus Mariota, but okay. My biggest investment recently, I spent $2,500 on a 2012 AD Prism PSA 10. Not a bad buy there, Flipping Steve. Someone said, my biggest investment was 2017 Crown Royal out of 175 Patrick Mahomes rookie card. Bought the night of Super Bowl for $125. That's a steal. Also bought an Optic Mahomes rookie card the same day. Yeah, so I mean, it seems like everyone's doing a pretty good job. Someone said, I want to invest in Dustin May. What version should I go with? Personally, I've said this on other live streams. I personally wouldn't invest in Dustin May. But if you want to go with him, I'd probably go with, like, the Topps. I'd go with the Topps. That seems to be the card that's selling best. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I'd go with that. I wonder if Brady cards will be worth anything, seeing he's in another jersey. That's a tough one. Is this Brady's last year? Is it his second last year? Pardon me, I don't know. But it's going to be his first season in another jersey. So for that reason alone, I would argue that it's going to, people are going to want it, right? It's the same thing with LeBron base Prism. LeBron's base Prism, first card. It's just crazy. I mean, and if you had to say, like, the GOAT in each sport, so yeah, Brady's cards should definitely see a boost in price. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's in Series 1 or Season 2 or Series 2. I don't know that on the top of my head for Dustin May. If the Bucks make the playoffs in Super Bowl, that card will be sought after by Bucks fans. Yeah, definitely. I think they're going to be sought off after a couple games. Huge Cubs fan. I don't get why he slept on. Yep. Happy with my Lamar buy from last week. It was $92 with shipping and tax. Not bad, right? Yeah, we said that. So good for you, Jackson. How do I find that out? Honestly, James Ingram, you're best off to just go on eBay and buy that card straight up. That's what I would do. Oh, Alex says he's trying to get back in. So just give me one quick second here, guys. Okay.
In the meantime, play some Luka highlights.
All right, so Les Alex is just trying to get back in. Once he gets back in, we'll get him back in, and we'll continue.
Bird, how good is Luka on the screen now? How good is he?
Luka's incredible, and I'm not sure if they can even hear me talk about Luka now.
Yep.
That's crazy. Are those recent highlights from against Milwaukee? I believe they are, yeah, because that seems like the bubble.
This is 17 triple-double.
Yeah. So those are recent highlights. Luka's starting to be more of a distributor, more of a playmaker, as we call it, something that I don't think Zion's got the capability of doing. What you see Luka doing a lot now is he'll attack the net, and if the lane's open, he'll finish. But if it's not, his vision's really good, and he can kick it out, things like that, where he can even pull up for a three, or he can hit a step back. Man, Luka's good. And, I mean, it doesn't help either to have a guy like KP. It's incredible. Okay. So, Les Alex is just trying to join here again. So, give me a quick second here, guys. The between the legs showboat Luka was great. Yeah. So, even Luka can do it. Can't pronounce his name. Good investment for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo. Dante DiVincenzo, the Wolverine graduate. I feel like he's a good buy right now. I don't see why not on Milwaukee. If the price is right, go for it. But yeah, yep. But again, I feel like I don't think he'll be a superstar, and like it doesn't matter how high end grade the card is. Like if the guy's not sought after, it's just really tough to sell. So it's one thing to say that a card's going to be a good buy, but it's another thing to say, you know, it'll be an easy flip or a good investment. So let's see. I got a ton of people messaging me, just congratulating me because I'm the only New York Rangers fan that they know. So that's another thing too.
I'll give you congrats.
For a quick flip, yeah, you might be able to do it for Dante DiVincenzo. Again, though, that's tough. I'm buying up Porzingis first-year Mavs for dirt cheap. Got into Cameron Johnson before the bubble, and Lonnie Walker, Derek White, also a sleeper. Honestly, dude, I would advise you to even go with his true rookies. Like, go with his rookie cards because they're cheap right now. And I think you're going to see more people wanting the rookies than just his first-year Mavs. What else we got here? So obviously, good conversation, guys. Truly appreciate it. As we just hit 20 likes on the stream. Let's see what else we got here. Someone says buying all Yavi Baez. That's always what I'm going to call him. I'm always going to call him Yavi Baez. So.
Hey, Bert, we're going to get your reaction to top 10 plays.
Get my reaction?
Top 10 plays.
To top 10 plays? Let's do it. Oh, wait. We just got Les Alex. We got Les Alex back. Give me a second. I just admitted him. Hello? Can you hear me? Alex is back. Spotlight video. Alex is back. Okay. Listen, dude. Mitch and I, we both lived in, basically, like you said, right? We lived in the same type of area. up until like 6 years ago, we had dial-up internet, man. So literally, it was like, get off the phone or get off the internet. I need to make a phone call. So, So that's why we weren't making YouTube videos back in the day. So, all right. So we got Les Alex back on the stream, guys and girls, because I think we have some girls in here. You know, I like that.
Yeah. So shout out to someone like Loyola. You know, Loyola, man, she's making good content.
Yeah, she is.
She makes great content, and I can't help myself but laugh. There was that one video where she was just going off on like customs and like the prices to get the cards in.
Oh, I bet.
She doesn't even live in North America, so like, man, she's grinding pretty tough, and she's got a nice collection that I would love to have.
She got cards at a good time. She took a risk.
Like Mitch said, she took a risk and she got the right cards at the right time, I think. So I think she mainly collects NBA, but like she's gonna do really well. She's gonna do really well. So shout out to her too. If you guys haven't already, check her out. Loyola Nugan, I believe. Hit the subscribe button for Loyola. So she's got a cool YouTube channel. Yeah. All right, Les Alex is back. He's the man. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he could be my dad.
I just wanted to say, I adjusted the audio.
Well, it's funny you say that, because some people were saying we were brothers, right? Like
brothers.
I'm the missing third brother of Red Cape Sports.
Did you hear what he said?
Oh yeah.
He said he's the missing third brother of Red Cape Sports. He looks like he could be.
Hey, he's more than welcome to come on again. I like him more than you.
Jeez, probably. Everyone likes everyone more than me.
I'm kidding. He doesn't like.
Pronounced win. Oh, so Nuke win. Okay, gotcha.
Whoa, I have a question. Les, if you want to be the third brother, you have to be able to sleep with your jersey on. Then you're just like Bird.
I got a what with my jersey? I didn't hear what he said.
He didn't get it. You have to say it again.
Was it a joke?
Could be
Because
the
man,
mic,
this
that's
timing's
weird.
all messed up.
Oh, Bird sleeps with his jersey on. So if you sleep with your jersey on, then you're just like Bird, and you're welcome in the family.
I don't know if that would be
Okay.
on.
Okay. For the record.
Household.
For the record, I sleep with my jersey on because as a diehard Buckeye fan, we're up like 60-0 at halftime, and I'm sleeping at that point. So that's why I sleep with my jersey on. And I love bashing the crap out of the Big Ten, specifically the Wolverines. But that's why. Mitch always catches me, and I'm sleeping with my jersey on. But I'm just watching us winning by so much. So
Man, I'm not a fan of like any college sports teams really.
you are now. You're a big Buckeye fan, aren't you?
So
Yes,
it's funny.
you are.
It's funny you say that because my buddy is he's from Ohio,
Okay.
like Cleveland area. So he loves all things Cleveland, and obviously he's a Buckeye fan.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't never say, or at least at this point, I wouldn't say I'm a Buckeyes fan, but that is the team that I'm most partial to, just because I hear him talking about it. He's actually how I became a Browns fan. So.
James just asked, do you have TikTok? And then he just message retracted. I have TikTok. One of my TikTok videos actually has like a lot of views.
Well, I'm not going to have TikTok for long because
Bird's always doing sketchy stuff. Bird's a sketchy TikToker.
I'm surprised it made past Saturday TikTok. And I can't believe we're talking TikTok now on this stream. This is wild. Never in my wildest dreams. Yeah, right. This is just like you said, it's the variety hour we've gone into. Someone said,
what's up, Thunder?
Hey, I want to know, Alex. I'll just let you know. Alex, I have a question. What is your biggest return on a sports card investment?
Oh, okay. Let me I keep a little document, Google Docs, Google Sheets, shout out.
Okay. Respectable.
Do you guys keep a sheet or anything? Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
I do. I keep a sheet just like I kept Project 2020 cards. That's an entire mess right now because of certain videos online. But I think it's really important to track success. and I specifically got a sheet for just hockey playoffs to see how I'm doing, and just NBA playoffs because those are upcoming, and just MLB. Football will wait. I'll wait for football. I don't think that season's going to happen anytime soon, so I'm not going to sell cards. But yeah, no, I think for everyone, it's really important to track what you bought the card at, what you sold it at, kind of see how the cards are doing.
Do you want percentage, or do you want like highest dollar amount?
Both.
So highest dollar amount was, and you guys got to keep in mind, I'm not like big balling over here. There's no
same. I hear you.
Crazy.
Yep.
So dollar amount, I think it was this aside from the cards that I pulled, right, that I packed, because I don't think that really counts.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I did pack a Gleyber Torres 2018 Bowman out of 50, and I sold that for $107.
Nice.
But I packed that, so like whatever. But Cody Bellinger PSA 10, that's the one that everybody wants. I sold that for $250, and I made a $78 profit on it. That's not a very good ROI. I realize that, and I did definitely sold it way too early, but still I made $70 on it, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
Then
cool.
Yeah, that's biggest dollar amount. I'd have to do percentages to figure out what
and I'll tell you, right? I tell people this story all the time, and people are like, okay, whatever, like, why are you hyped? I bought that Dominic Kubalik card for $4, and I just sold it for like, I don't even know what it was, $60-something. But like, that to me, I was so ecstatic with. Like, I didn't make a lot of money, but the ROI is like really, really good on that. Like, you're not gonna, that's tough to do. I don't think I'll ever do that again. I more than likely will, but it's crazy. Yeah, even Anthony says $70 profit. Like, that's really good, man.
Yeah, so Michael Porter Jr. Select rookie number 37. I bought it for $8 shipped, and I sold it for $35.
Wow.
So percentage wise, that's probably my biggest. I have some where I only made like a couple bucks off of, but it was just like, I want to kind of churn this, and maybe the player isn't playing as well as I thought they would, or maybe the hype hasn't, quite got there. And I just wanted to turn it into something else. I'm trying to, like, right now, honestly, I'm focusing, and I said this, I think in my most recent video, I'm trying to focus on bigger guys. So like sell the small stuff, buy into more sustainable guys.
Yep.
Which is why I'm kind of like not, my last video, my last mail day video, I only had 4 packages because I've been selling more than I've been buying.
Which is honestly probably even a good sign, right? Like,
oh yeah.
If you just keep buying at one point, it's a lot of inventory, right? So
for sure.
I will keep saying this, right? I'm not trying to get rich quick. I'm just trying to get rich.
Exactly.
So I keep buying the stuff that I can afford now and keep selling it, and then I use those profits and I'll buy a little bit more, or maybe a lot of bit more of low end cards, and then you sell all those.
Right.
But slowly but surely, it's the whole paperclip thing, right? The guy who traded the paperclip for a house.
Oh yeah.
He kept trading up and up, and that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to buy these cards and get higher, and get higher up until, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of different ways to speed up that process, such as when Alexi Lafreniere Young Gun comes out, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, and I'm a Rangers fan, so that's another thing. But ask Mitch. I told Mitch, and we made an episode, one of our first episodes, we told people to buy the Team Canada cards.
Nice.
You should look up what those cards are, what those card prices are going for now. Right? And I'm sure they've doubled, for sure. Because they were like, that was before even like any of the local Canada coverage. And I say this all the time. Sports Center in the States, I've spent a lot of summers in the States. My sister has dated many, 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 many people in the States. I'm kidding. No. But, she went to school in the States. So long story short, you turn on Sports Center and it's basketball, it's football. That's basically it. Here in Canada, I mean, it's difficult to watch anything but hockey. Even if hockey's not in primetime season. So they just started hyping up Alexis. or Alexi, pardon me. And it's crazy. Like I can guarantee you, we know much more about Alexi, not because do your research and all. It's just it's like
hard to not hear it.
Oh my goodness, it's everywhere. And like,
yeah, I bet.
On the flip side, I still remember going to Colorado, and it was NHL playoffs, and my dad and I and my brother Rob, we go into a bar, get some chicken wings. We're hungry. We just went whitewater rafting, and we're like, oh, cool. The Colorado Avalanche were literally in the playoffs, and we're in Colorado, and they would not turn it on. They had female high school volleyball. And I'm not knocking on that. I am not knocking on that. This is a true story.
That's just mind-boggling.
That's what was on TV, and they would not put on the playoffs.
In the States, high school football was bigger than the university.
Yeah, Mitch is saying in the States, at some places, high school football is bigger.
Oh yeah, Texas.
Bigger. Yeah, which is crazy.
Like, I mean, even around here, which I live in like Southern Illinois, even around here, like if a high school is doing well, like there's like public access radio that plays those games. Dude. So
we don't
public access radio, public access TV.
High school football in Canada is so awful. It's awful. And I'm sorry for anyone who's in high school right now in Canada.
Right. There's football, like some guy.
I'm sorry. You're likely trash. You could be like the stud of the team. No, I'm just saying.
Who's the best Canadian football player ever?
Like
Henry NFL Burris player.
NFL, OJ Otagwe. We had OJ Otagwe. He was pretty good. Let's look that up.
Like, I don't even know who that is. The name sounds familiar, but I can't put a face to the name.
OJ Otagwe was a safety, I believe, for the Rams. He was Canadian.
Oh, okay. Sounds familiar.
No. I got to bring this up.
I do remember him now that you mention it.
Let's see.
He was like in the.
He was really good. I met him a few times actually too.
Well, he was like after the Martz era, right? I'm trying to think.
Yes. Okay.
He was actually really good. Now that I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Tyrone Crawford, who is the captain of the Dallas Cowboys, actually played baseball with our oldest brother Rob. Tyrone Crawford. So there you go.
Nice.
He's a linebacker. So that's some local love actually.
There you go.
Let's see. There's really not much. Luke Wilson too, and then there's Luke Wilson, another guy from Windsor. So that's why I know him. Super Bowl champion, might I add.
There you go.
Nikhil Harry.
In the cap.
Nikhil Harry. There you go. He's from Toronto. That's the wideout for the New England Patriots.
I'm just going with OJ Otagwe because he played with the Rams.
Yeah.
Let me
OJ was a beast.
The St. Louis Rams.
Yeah. OJ Otagwe played from 2005 to 2011, and he was dang good.
He was very good.
And that's all we really got. Like, football. It's not to say football is big here, college, but our high school football. No one, dude. There's like 3 people who show up, and they're all.
Oh, man.
And I don't mean to like.
So it's basically high school baseball here.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not.
Yeah. But our hockey is like, man, our junior hockey. Oof. Let me tell you.
I bet.
Let me tell you. We got little 7-year-olds who are like literally take better shots than us. That's not an exaggeration.
No,
I have seen 7-year-olds, and like, sure, the stick's like this big. It looks like a mini stick. I've seen 7-year-olds not skate quicker than me, but skate better than me. And
right.
Like, I think I'm a good skater. I really do. I grew up playing hockey. Mitch, yes, I'm a good skater. No, I'm a good skater. No, I'm just saying, like, things are. Like here in Canada. Okay, let me put it this way, right? If I go down in a U.S. neighborhood, in a better built-up neighborhood, I'm not talking about like, Oakland, like downtown Oakland or anything. I'm talking about just, for the most part, better off neighborhoods. And I don't want to get too political with that, but you'll see a lot of like basketball nets in the driveway, right? Mm-hmm. Here in Canada, you'll just see a hockey net. Oh, okay. And it's really weird.
That
like,
makes sense.
we don't. Man, it's. I don't know. Hockey's just a different thing in Canada. Our World Juniors, like I know for a fact, America doesn't really care about the World Juniors. You know what I mean? Like the double IHF.
Yeah.
See, like you're saying, you're like, what is that? Here, it's like
I've heard. I mean, I've heard of it, right? But yeah, I don't care about it.
But here, it's like it starts Boxing Day. Everyone knows it starts Boxing Day, and everyone tunes in to watch the next John Tavares, the next Alexi, the next Barrett Hayton, or whoever it is, Sid the Kid. But no other country seems to care. In
Dude,
Canada,
football is what rules everything in America. It seems
that's crazy
in terms of sports.
Yeah, man. I love QB1. I can't wait for the next season.
So speaking of football, how in the world the NFL is not going to be able to pull it off, right? There's no way.
Oh my God.
There's no way.
You brought that up. There's no way. Yeah.
They have 55 active players on their roster. MLB is supposed to only be 25. They expanded it to 30 or whatever, but
now or whatever,
it is blown up in their face. But good old Bobby Manfred, like, screw it.
Yeah.
The train's off the track, but we're still moving forward.
Yeah.
No way. And honestly, I think what probably happened, maybe, potentially, I'm not saying, it's breaking news or anything, but I think what happened is probably good old Roger Goodell made a little phone call. Hey, Rob Manfred, don't you dare cancel your season, because if you cancel your season, I'm going to get pressure on me to cancel the NFL season.
I think there would be.
Think he probably called him and had a little convo with him.
I don't doubt that, and I know that there was that conference call with like all the what do you call it? All the commissioners and President Trump even, and there was that. So I don't doubt that happened. But my thing is, NFL was able to sit back, watch what the NHL is doing, watch what the NBA is doing, watch what the MLB is doing, and realize this and this is working, and this isn't working.
But there's no way that how logistically can they can't do a bubble? There's no way, right?
And I think Dr. Anthony Fauci is correct. He's like, how can you possibly do it? How better yet? How can college football happen? Because these are 18 to 21-year-old kids.
Yeah, there's no way.
Thing. Ohio State football is 24 days away, and they're still practicing as if it's going to happen.
Not happening. I don't think football is going to happen this year. I think it'll probably
3 weeks out, and they haven't canceled it yet. That's nuts.
They're going to start. I think at least for the NFL, they're going to start. I think the presidents of these college. I mean, talking more about college. Big Ten canceled. So dropping that.
No, it's not. That didn't happen. 2 days ago, Harbaugh and Ryan Day just went at it. Like 3 days ago, they went at it. I don't think Big Ten canceled football season. Actually, I just saw a report on Nebraska talking about stuff.
So it says it happened today.
You keep talking, Les. And
no, I was gonna say how much do obviously the athletic directors care? Obviously, everybody involved with the sports side of these colleges, big universities care. And obviously it's a huge money draw, but how big of a money draw could it potentially be with no fans? That's a huge revenue stream cut off. My thing is how much do the presidents of the actual colleges of these universities care about sports? I'm sure, yes, monetarily they do care somewhat, but I would have to imagine that the safety of their students is way, way more so than. Okay. I mean, how you see where I'm going. I'm having struggle because
I got you.
It's blowing my mind that you're gonna try and do this. I mean, I think we can agree football is definitely the most physical sport.
And it's like you have to touch each other, and
you have to.
I think with hockey, obviously hockey got physical. We saw the first game, Ryan Strome 3 minutes in started fighting, and that's a guy who normally doesn't fight, but the bubble clearly works, right?
Yeah, the bubble works.
Mind you, I think the bubble's going to backfire on them. I think the Maple Leafs are going to go out and party and stuff now that they're eliminated, but that's a whole nother thing. And I just
once they're not on the NHL's time, I mean, they can't really.
Exactly.
That was a huge thing too. Is how much can they control these players? Like that was a conversation I had with Dakota from Cards Over Stocks, his YouTube channel, about baseball. Is like, people like, can these leagues really, how much can they punish them for going out to a casino?
It's open.
Exactly.
Right? The casinos are open, and that's what I was saying earlier.
And the players wanted this. They didn't want to do a bubble situation.
And I mean, in that situation too, it's almost prison-like standards to have them go and perform, and then come home and stay in the hotel. It's not even like, for the most part, they even want them to stay in their rooms, and it's like, that's a bit shady to me.
If you've been watching, I don't know if you watch Trevor Bauer's YouTube channel
all the time.
I highly recommend.
Yeah,
he's been doing daily vlogs. It's like inside the sickness season, and they're social distancing and all that stuff, but they're playing what, the beanbags? I forget the name of it.
Cornhole.
Yeah, they're playing cornhole. Yeah. They're interacting with each other off the games. So yeah, it's definitely not nearly as sealed tight as the NBA or the NHL.
Yeah, and I mean, it's turned out to bite the Cardinals in the butt. But I just wanted to bring up here too. This was an article published on CBS Sports. Honestly, guys, as a journalist, I will only mention credible, reliable sources. Yeah. So if I read something from 123abc.net.org, I'm not going to tell you. So CBS Sports is the source. And this was published 3 hours ago. And they said, Big Ten says no vote has been held despite the expectations that the league will cancel the season. And I just brought it up on Twitter as well. And they're saying that too. So I can understand if you just read headlines, if you don't read the story, why one could imagine that was the case. But trust me, my phone would be blowing up. I guarantee you my phone would be blowing up if they canceled the season. That's not the case.
I just think it's very unrealistic to have football.
I do too.
Especially college
I think it's
football.
selfish. I think it's selfish. And don't get me wrong, I understand from the monetary value of, okay, you need the college football season to happen so that you can generate money, so that you can upgrade your hospital, so that you can upgrade your health science, so that you can upgrade your theater. And trust me, without college football, you can say what you want. You don't need to love it, but it's helped paying for a bunch of other stuff at that college or university. But to me, it's like the biggest part, and I'm surprised we don't hear about this spoken more, is these are kids. They're kids. Yeah. I don't care what you tell me, man. When you're 21, 20, 19, 18, some of these guys, okay, even 22. Yeah. You're kids. And I think when Micah Parsons, the number 1 rated player in college football, takes a step back and says, you know what, I'm opting out. If you want to draft me, go out and draft me. And by the way, that's the kid from Penn State. Mm-hmm. I don't blame him at all, because at the end of the day, if you get injured, you're just another number. You are just another number. They will take away your scholarship and give it to the next guy. They don't really care about you. Yeah. I mean, if you're Joey Bosa, if you're Justin Fields, if you're like the top guy, okay, they care about you. But for the most part, I mean, most of these guys are going to play college football for another year, 2 or 3. Well, they'll never make the NFL. They're doing it for their college, but it's like, I don't know. I'm really conflicted. I don't think the season should happen at all. I want it to. I'm a Buckeye fan. This is our year to win, man. This is what I want to watch. I mean, it's tough enough to already take away or delay sports for me. I still haven't watched a single St. Louis Cardinal game this season because I was at the cottage. But
I've watched 5, and that is,
if that's the case, then that's the case. I would rather I'd rather get rid of one season for the guarantee that we do have a future. And I think the NFL, you're already seeing NFL players starting to opt out because a lot of them realize it's a bad idea. Well, I'll come out and say it. NFL's a bad idea.
Doesn't the NFL have like a day where you have to opt out before, or else you can't opt out?
I think that's tomorrow. I don't know.
That's wild. Why? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, ask you what assessment is. You can opt out anytime you want.
Yeah. I mean, you like literally, if I was an NFL player, there's no way, like, bro, if stuff, we get 2 weeks into the season and things are starting to go south, I'm gonna Cespedes my way out and just like deuces, like no way.
So already, Les, by the way, the opt-out date is Thursday, August 13th. So that's coming up in 3 days. And nearly 70 NFL players have already opted out.
Oh my God, like look at the what?
A lot.
That's like every defensive player for the Patriots, basically.
Yeah. So somebody's saying in the comments, Big Ten has canceled, but again, we just dismissed that really quickly through 20 minutes of Googling. Not to say you guys are wrong. Maybe I'm reading the wrong stuff or I haven't read the most updated thing, but 3 hours ago seems pretty likely because I don't think they would do that at 6 p.m. That's pretty late to make a major announcement like that. So,
yeah.
Someone saying Patriots tanking for Trevor. Oh, that's a good question. Good question here.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The man, I'm drawing a blank. Cam Newton. I know his card prices saw a little dippity-doo. They definitely dipped, and then Patriots, he went up. But is he going to last with Bill Belichick's system? I don't know. I hear he's got a legitimate, like, from all these reports I'm seeing on NFL Network, because I do watch American TV, from all these reports I'm seeing, he's got a legitimate issues with learning playbooks. And I'm learning that from by the time he was at Auburn all the way to right now.
I mean, how hard could that play?
Pretty complicated though.
How hard? Hey, just look downfield, have everybody run, and then dink and dunk to the tight end. Boom. That's what Tom Brady's been doing for the last 10 years.
Right. But can Cam Newton run that offense? Probably not. Probably not. Honestly, I've said this for a long time. I think Jared Stidham's going to grab the top spot by like week 5, week 6. I really do.
I think if you are you got some extra money and you want to purchase some football cards, I think Jared Stidham is a very
he's a stud too.
It's high risk because I mean, Cam's got a chip on his shoulder, and he is definitely one to turn up the heat whenever he feels like. Although you look at that Super Bowl and where he kind of backed away from that fumble. Maybe the tape says a different tale, but
that's not the time to do it. But I understand why he did it.
He looks like he looks in great shape. He really does.
He does, and I mean, I'm a Cam Newton fan. I'd love to see him perform well, but
yeah,
we'll see. I just thought that was interesting in terms of sports card investing. Would he be a good buy? I still remember I posted on Red Cape Sports a long time ago, and I said, guys, Colin Kaepernick's card is going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
And what's that? Yes.
Oh yeah, I said yeah.
Skyrocketed. It skyrocketed, right? So, no, sorry, that pause was for dramatic effect. So, no. What else do we got here? Someone's saying Belichick will cater that offense to him, but half that defense opted out. And
yeah, that's the big issue.
I don't blame them. The thing with football is like, what are they going to do? Are they going to sanitize that?
Well,
like the
did you see the mouth guards they had? Did you see the mouth guards they showed?
I haven't seen the mouth guards, but I thought what was hilarious, and I know Pat McAfee brought this up, was the Oakley mask, like the face mask.
Yeah.
And he's like, have you ever played football in Texas heat? Like, you can't breathe in that. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. That's what I was talking about. But
okay, yeah.
They look like top loaders that are formed to the bottom of the cage of the mask. Like,
oh
it
man,
looks flimsy as hell, man.
Top loaders. Jeez, that's great. I just football that's a lot of equipment. That's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys on buses. I'm assuming buses is likely how they'll get to places, and it's not like just it's how can you make football happen? You're already struggling with baseball.
They're going to attempt it. I mean,
well,
we know
America will go on pause, and Trump just tweeted out not too long ago, actually, play football. Okay, that's gonna happen now. They're gonna try. It might not end, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty powerful man, unfortunately. Yes.
Who said it? Who tweeted
no,
it?
He tweeted it. Trump tweeted that out.
Oh.
Look it up. I brought it up.
I believe it.
Where did it say? It was somewhere in here.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell me he tweeted almost
I had it
I
up not
believe
too
that he
long ago.
tweeted it.
Yeah, from CNBC. He tweeted, "Play college football!" ! That's what he tweeted out.
Seems like a very Trump tweet.
Again, there's a lot of money to be made on that. A lot of money. But you can't. I get frustrated, and I know I said I won't get too political here, but I get frustrated because there comes a point where you can't run your country entirely like a business because people are dying, man. And it's like, is it worth it to have people at home watching football, but all these people dying? And no, to me, it's not. It's like, I've realized one thing that this pandemic has taught me is, I can go on with my day-to-day life and not watch sports. I had no choice, but I proved to myself that, you know what, if I got to miss a game to give the wife a bit more attention, to watch Gilmore Girls, I can do that. I can do that. Gilmore Girls is awful, by the way.
Stop.
Oh, the acting in that show, man. My mom loved that show when I was a kid. Acting in that
just
show,
the worst. Like, if you're a kid,
so
do
bad.
not take anything Lorelai Gilmore tells you, or it's bad. You know what that show is about? Okay, I know we're getting off topic here, but that show is about a grandmother treating her mother like crap. Okay, so then the mother goes out and sleeps around with men when she's already dating other men, and then the daughter follows suit and starts dating and sleeping around with other men, and then the mom gets mad at her, and then the grandma treats her mad again, and it's the whole cycle for like 6 seasons.
Her name was Rory, right?
Rory.
No, this is what happens when your favorite team gets Lafreniere.
Awful.
Okay, start watching Gilmore Girls.
Best.
And let me know if you agree with this, okay? Someone gave me an analogy for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I just thought of it, and I wanted to bring it back, okay? If you're a Batman fan, you'll understand.
I like Batman.
Okay. Batman, Dark Knight Rises with Bane, okay?
Mhm.
And when he's got the rope and he's trying to escape from the prison and he can see the light, right? Like, he can see it. He knows all he's got to do is climb up after it. That's what the Toronto Maple Leaf season is. They got hope. They can see it. But every time they go for it, they just keep climbing and breaking their backs, literally. That's not bad.
No, that's good. That sounds eerily familiar as a St. Louis Blues fan. Last season.
Hey, actually, Corey, my wife did watch Glee, and she liked Glee. She liked Glee.
But they got shut out. They had a lot of good shots on net. They just couldn't put the puck in the net.
I've never really watched Glee.
Dude, that's not the issue though, that they couldn't put the puck. And that was an issue this series that they couldn't score.
They just got stopped. Better goaltending.
Dude, you're an hour and a half late. You're an hour and a half late. Les, Alex, and I already spoke about this, didn't we?
Yeah,
He's an hour and a half late. All right, what else we got here? Someone said, all right, let's get back to Zion. Somebody said Gilmore Girls. Let's get back to Zion. That's funny. So, all right.
Make beliefs. That's good. I've never heard that before.
Trump also said COVID-19 was fake. I have yet to come across that. I know. I remember the first week he said, "We are doing such a great job with COVID. COVID is amazing. Americans are doing a great job." And then it's like, dude, you had don't you have 500 million people who died? What are the COVID numbers at? They're high. And Trump,
They're not low.
the Kung flu?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He called it the Kung Flu.
He did.
Dude, are you a guy who's like hashtag not my president? Because I would be.
Just gonna.
I can't say much, dude. We got True Dummy. Trudeau's not much better either.
True don't.
Oh my God, I can't. I gotta live in someone else. Okay, guys, this is Sports Cards. Ask me some questions. This is getting awful.
No, seriously.
So, favorite sports movie ever? Go.
Somebody said, okay, I got to think about that. Somebody just said, do the rest of the live as Trump. No, I'm not doing that. Favorite sports movie of all time?
I don't think I would be able to. What's that?
Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch.
I love
I like
Fever
that
Pitch.
one.
I love Fever Pitch because I'm the exact same way, but with the Buckeyes. I really am, dude. I literally gave. She was my girlfriend at the time, but I gave my wife an actual test, dude. I gave her all the Buckeye knowledge. I said, "Here's our quarterback. Here's what this play is." I gave her like a generic test, and I'm like, "If you don't get like an A on this, I can't date you because it's football season, and like I can't bring you to the game and you not know what the hell's going on."
Nice.
Because I'm not sure if you've ever seen Buckeye ticket prices, but they're high.
I would assume.
I was like, "Babe, I can't take you to this if you don't know." And she passed it. I think she got like 18 out of 20.
Yeah. Gaming God is saying Major League. Yeah, that movie is great.
With Wild Thing?
Classic, yeah.
Even number 3 is not bad. Back to the Minors with Downtown Anderson.
Mine is probably either Sandlot. Moneyball was great. Moneyball was a film, right?
Yes. Okay, Mitch, he made a good point. Moneyball
is a film. Yeah. There's a difference between like films and like just fun, whimsical sports. You just want to watch a sports movie, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not trying to gain any like lessons out of the Sandlot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Sandlot's a bit. It depends what kind of mood you're into. Depends.
No, for sure.
Rudy's
Rookie,
another good one.
What's that?
I like Rudy.
Dude, I haven't seen Rudy in so long.
I like it. I watch that I'll watch that in 22 days before the Buckeyes go out and get a victory.
He's not even a hero. He sucks.
What do you mean he's not a hero? That's a true determination story.
Zion has a better career right
Ooh,
now.
have you guys seen We Are Marshall? That one was based off of a true story.
Yep.
Hell of a
We Are
good
Marshall's
movie.
great. We Are Marshall's great. Honestly, though, the best, like not even my favorite, but I think the best has to be Remember the Titans. I think there's a lot that can be learned about there, especially now in 2020.
No, for sure. Yeah. I have to rewatch it. I got Disney Plus. I'll have to rewatch it. But
shout out to Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well, whoops. Wasn't supposed to plug anybody, but damn it. No, I'll have to rewatch it because it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Yeah, Remember the Titans is definitely a good one. Rookie of the Year was one, even though it's the Cubs. I still love that Henry rolling footer.
I think there's good moments from that, but you know what movie I can't stand? Angels in the Outfield.
Really?
You were gonna say Blindside?
No, that's what James Ingram. I'm reading.
Oh no. Okay. I thought.
No, I liked Angels in that. Why didn't you like Angels in the Outfield?
It's okay. Let me put it this way. Even for superhero movies, how people are like, they're superheroes. But if I'm from me to the camera away with a AK-47 and there's 10 AK-47s shooting, and he magically happens to dodge everything, it's very unrealistic. And to me, Angels in the Outfield is very unrealistic. It's a kid's movie.
Well, yeah, I need to rewatch it. Again, a lot of these movies you're talking about, I haven't seen in a long time.
It's a kid. I don't know.
We Are what was the one? Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino?
Yeah. Oh my God. I watched that when I was like 12, and I was like, I shouldn't have watched it when I was 12.
Hardball. Have you ever seen Hardball with Keanu Reeves?
OJ Atagwe. That's the same feeling I got right now. I remember it, but I can't really remember what it's about.
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Oh, and the little dude dies, right?
Oh man!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler, yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, have you seen Mighty Ducks?
Wait, what's that one about?
Mighty Ducks with Gordon Bombay.
I've heard that
he hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it.
So I've heard that is the worst depiction of hockey on film ever.
It is.
Is that true?
He said it's the worst depiction of hockey on film.
Like it's not realistic.
No, it's not realistic at all.
No,
but like
knuckle puck is like the worst.
Yeah,
the knuckle puck, dude.
The knuckle puck. Okay.
Ask people in the comments.
Does anyone know what a knuckle puck is?
Dude, the knuckle puck, you flip it up and then the knuckle puck is legit.
Dude, no.
How many times did you try to hit a knuckle puck as a kid?
Every practice.
Every time.
The coach should be like, dude, that doesn't work.
It goes like 10 feet the wrong way.
Good. And that's about Team USA.
Miracle's good.
The best hockey movie too.
Best hockey movie? Mystery Alaska was great too. That's a good one. Russell Crowe's in there. And the Rangers. Yeah, they lose to the Rangers.
Best hockey movie?
Yeah.
Inside Out. Just watched that
Out.
yesterday.
What's that?
It's not really a hockey movie. It's a Disney movie about like all your emotions in your brain, and they each control different things. But the girl who is like they're controlling, who like
worst sports movie.
Okay. So
worst?
yeah, somebody said, well, "What's the worst?"
The worst?
Oh my God,
That's so much harder.
Angels in the outfield. No, it's got to be.
It's
Angels
not
in the
Angels in
outfield.
the Outfield. Get out of here.
It's got to be Angels in the outfield.
not
No,
Angels
or what's that Lindsay Lohan movie where she's driving the car?
That's every Lindsay Lohan movie.
Where she... No, there's a Lindsay Lohan movie, and she's driving a car. Like
Cars?
No, not Cars. No, I'm gonna look this up.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yo, that's so funny. I'm
Not-
just gonna
not
look up
Cars.
bad sports movies.
You know what? The Michael Jordan.
Oh, it's called Herbie. Herbie.
Oh, Herbie. Yeah, Herbie.
That's the worst
Herbie the
sports
Love
movie of
Bug.
all time. If you want to consider it a sports movie.
Oh, actually, if we're considering like auto sports, Shake and Bake. Shake.
No,
What's the
Talladega Nights might be. my
Talladega
favorite
Nights is the
movie.
best sports movie. Boom, there. I put it on wax.
Best? Okay, best.
Absolutely.
Talladega
Yeah.
Nights
Okay.
is like the funniest movie.
It's the best movie ever.
I'm Ricky Bobby, and if you don't shoot Big Red, they beat you.
Would that movie-
Yeah.
Would that movie fly today?
Would get canceled.
Oh
It
my
better.
God, dude! Every movie would get canceled today.
Yeah.
It would offend Karen.
Yeah, but that one. Oh man.
No, okay, but Ricky Bobby is just—that's a great movie, man. Like
So,
that's
I'm on-
honestly. Will Ferrell is so hit or miss though, because he's got some stupid movies.
Semi-pros.
Everybody's got bad movies though.
No, but like Semi-Pro is just like stupid. Like
What?
Semi-Pro is just stupid.
I'm done with this.
Okay, I kid you not. Okay, listen to this story. Mitch and I were like, I was like 7, Mitch was 9. We went to the theaters to watch Semi-Pro. My mom kicked us out and demanded a refund. Straight up, dude, it was the most embarrassing thing. And all my friends, because I told all my friends, like, I was in whatever grade, and I'm like, oh, like I'm going to watch Semi-Pro. And the next day I
Ooh.
show up to school, and they're like, how was the movie? And I'm like,
Yep.
I didn't get to see it.
Caddyshack is a good one.
Blades of Glory.
Caddyshack's good. Yeah,
No, it's overrated.
that's a good underrated movie.
So this website has their #1 worst sports movie, Slapshot 2: Breaking the Ice.
Okay, Slapshot movies are just like, I'm not a fan of Slapshot.
I don't know if I've even. What's the one where the dude is like just a enforcer?
Goon.
Goon. Yeah.
Goon.
I like that one. I even like the second one.
Dumb movie.
Yeah. Last night actually, I watched a documentary, Ice Guardians. It's about the enforcers. It's pretty good. Derek Bugard's in it. Kevin Westwood.
Yeah, I
from
watched that.
my
That's on
hometown,
Netflix, right?
Amherstburg, Ontario. So shout out to him.
Okay, we gotta wrap it up.
So,
man.
This website at number
Okay.
two worst sports movie of all time, Major League Back to the Minors. So
I love that movie. I don't know how that's second worst movie of all time. Okay, the
Ooh.
producer says we got to get going.
Joanna Man. That's a really bad one.
Toronto, man.
That's a real that one definitely wouldn't fly nowadays.
All right, guys, that's been fun. Les, Alex,
What's
thanks.
his #1 card he's getting right now?
Okay, last thing before we leave, your #1 card that you're purchasing right now, Les.
I've been selling a lot, but I think Shane Bieber, if you can get him at a good price, Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber. There you guys go.
What do you
Well,
guys?
Alex, thanks so much for coming out here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. You're the man, first and foremost. Make sure to check out his website, fullcountmedia.com. Subscribe to him, Les Alex. You can literally find him by typing Les Alex.
2 S's though. I notice it has one
Yeah,
S.
I
there's
just
2
noticed that
S's.
now too. Mitch, come
Yeah.
on now. Yeah.
Slacking.
Two S's. But anyways, that's a lengthy stream. I gotta go home. I gotta call people, let them know that my New York Rangers just got Alexi Lafreniere. So many people are commenting me saying, "Why aren't you saying anything? Are you dead? What's going on?" But those same people should also be watching my live stream. So that's just, I'll leave it
Yeah,
at that.
it's on them. That's their fault.
Yeah, that's on them. Don't put that shame on me, Ricky Bobby.
Ooh, Don't you shake and bake. Shake and bake.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, and take care.
Bernard, a 40% three-point shooter. Oh, behind the back. Oh, he may not be hitting his free throws, but sensational dunk.
Hardaway Jr. Watch this pass. I mean, this is a thread the needle type pass, and he did it behind the back. Amazing.